Welcome into Upperman High School in Baxter, Tennessee, where we're set to round out the high school basketball regular season tonight. And it's a rematch of last Friday night's doubleheader as the Cannon County Lionettes and Lions take on hosting Upperman. I'm Noah McKay on the call. Thrilled to be joined once again, back in the saddle, my guy, Jacob Vincent to my left. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth. We welcome you into an abbreviated Crouch Team with Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show, as is a rematch of Friday's game, which saw Upperman come out on top 50-38 in Woodbury. And without further ado, let's get right to the South Willow Auto Clinic starting lineups tonight. First for the visiting Lionettes of Cannon County with a 12-12 overall record. Starting for them tonight, number 15, Abby Alexander. Number 23, Jalen Taylor. Number 24, Miley Schwartz. Number 30, Ellie Bain. And number 34, Riley Young. Their opponents tonight, the Upperman Lady Bees under head coach Dana McWilliams, with a record of 21 victories and 7 losses. They're the number 6 ranked team in the state of Tennessee in Class 3A. Starting for the Lady Bees tonight, number 3, a sophomore, Cassie Crouch. Number 11, a junior, Sadie South. Number 12, a senior, Taylor Delente. Number 22, a senior, Gracie Butler. Number 23, a senior, Maggie Butler. Jacob, welcome back in, my friend.
Thank you.
A lot of things change in about 6 weeks or so. One thing stays the same. It's an Upperman team with their sights set on one thing, a gold ball, trying to get momentum into a ferocious postseason tournament. They know what awaits them on Saturday. It's a date with the White County Warriorettes in the 7-3A semifinals. A spot to build momentum, trying to build on what happened on Friday night for Dana McWilliams' team.
I think that's the key word right there, is momentum. And it's an interesting thing with this Upperman team. They're 4-4, obviously, in their last 8 games, all being in district games, and it's a very, very good district, and then that Cannon County went in there as well. Haven't won back-to-back games since January 13th and 16th when they beat Cumberland County and Livingston Academy to open up district play. They're trying to win back-to-back games for the first time since then, and like you said, trying to build a little bit of that momentum going into the district tournament, where you're already into the region tournament, being in the game that they're in the semifinals, but you want to give yourself a good seed going into that region tournament.
And really trying to regain the form when they were the consensus number 1 ranked team in the state, went down to Greenville and won a tournament that a lot of people think is more difficult than the 3A state tournament. Right. They know they have it in them, trying to put it all together. It started on Friday, looking a bit on it tonight. Cannon County in maroon and gold, Upperman in their home white and black. One final game in the regular season in the Hive. Let's get it on as Bain wins the tip, and Alexander wastes no time. Drives in, blocked. Brick wall, Maggie Butler turns it away, and Upperman with their first offensive possession. Taylor Delente dumps it over to Gracie Butler. Second team all Upper Cumberland, both Gracie Butler and Taylor Delente. Give back Cassie Crouch, now Sadie South. Over left side to Maggie Butler. She'll get back to Crouch. Crouch to Gracie. Gracie goes to the free throw line. Had a great performance. She's really had a strong season on Friday night in Woodbury. Cassie Crouch gives back to South. With space, lines up the 3. Can't hit. Rebound down. Nice box out inside by Taylor. And here comes Alexander again. She'll dump it over right side. 3 on the way for Young. That one's no good. Crouch on the rebound, and here come the Lady Bees in transition. Crouch wasting no time. Right-hand dribbles all the way. Now dumps it back to South. She'll toss Delente. Lines up the 3 and hits. Taylor Delente with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Really good ball movement by the Lady Bees, and obviously this pressure trying to turn Cannon County over a little bit. And this is a Cannon County team that they're trying to build a little bit of momentum themselves. At 12-12 on the year, played a really good schedule, just haven't gotten that marquee win.
They've got the 3 seed in District 6 2A. They will face off against Smith County. Matt Farrell was in the building, Smith County's head coach. That game on Thursday night as Alexander drives on Gracie Butler, puts it up and is fouled. First foul of the game goes on Gracie Butler, and we talked on Friday the direct correlation for Upperman. When the Butler twins are not in foul trouble, they win. When they're in foul trouble, they've lost. Upperman knows that, trying to avoid that, but the first foul goes on Gracie.
Yeah, and obviously those two players, you want them out there for their defense. They're aggressive defensively, and then obviously help you out a lot offensively on the other side, but it's that aggressiveness that you really love to see from the Butler sisters.
First one is good for Alexander. Cannon County on the board. We are live on the main UCR Facebook page and YouTube channel tonight. Jacob's back in the saddle. He's doing color. He'll take the play-by-play headset and run with it starting tomorrow night in McMinnville as Cookeville takes on Warren County in a play-in game. Delente gives to Gracie Butler. She'll drive inside on Bain. Puts it up. Tough shot. Couldn't get it to fall. Rebound out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Lady Bees as Bain last touched it. The goose is loose. We're all here. This is the first time the 3 of us have been in a building in 2026, I believe.
Yeah.
How about that?
You are correct.
It will not be the last. As South out of the corner gives back to Maggie Butler. Another 3 on the way. Good. Maggie Butler with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
And again, it's that ball movement, moving it around. It always helps when you've got shooters all over the perimeter for this Lady B squad as well.
Alexander into the front court, isolation against Gracie. She'll spin it back to Bain. Bain on the hardwood, drives inside, puts the shot up. Tough look, no. Maggie on the rebound. Averaging near a double-double is Maggie Butler this season. Here's Sadie South. She'll send it back over to Crouch. Now left side, Gracie. She'll line up the three. Taking more recently and hits. 3 triples already. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
And you talked about it on Friday. They were able to beat Cannon County, but maybe didn't play their best basketball game in terms of shooting the basketball. Well, that has been fixed in the last couple of days.
The pressure starting to be applied for Upperman. There's a turnover. Wonder when we may see a timeout for Cannon County here on a bucket. You likely will. 9-2. 5:43 to go in the opening quarter. Crouch calmly brings it into the front court here. New play call in from the 800-plus game winner, Dana McWilliams. Delenti into Maggie. Blocked. Ooh. Alexander blocks that one out of play, and it'll stay with the Lady Bees.
I mean, that's such a good defensive play. It's the help side defender coming from the opposite block, staying straight up in the air, and to get that block, and a shorter defender at that as well.
Baseline inbound, Delenti. Crouch open in the corner. She'll pass up the three. Instead gives to Delenti. Back to Crouch. Cassie eyes up now. Back to Gracie. Thought about it. She'll go at the step inside. Gracie Butler in for 2 more.
Yeah, really good drive there by Gracie. And you saw her kind of take that extra step to get that separation and be able to get the lay-in.
11-2. 5:10 to go in the first quarter. And a foul. Sadie South onto the forearm there, going after the turnover. That'll be her first, team second. TT Carson to the table. Her and Crouch have kind of flipped. Early in the year it was Cassie starting, and then TT got the start starting in Greenville. Past week or so it's been Crouch with Carson first off the bench as Sadie South will check out.
Just trying to find that right rotation like we talked about for this Upperman team. 4-4 in those last 8 games. Got the win against Cannon on Friday and trying to roll together some wins going into the district tournaments.
Gracie Butler got a hand on that one. Young goes back to gather. Gracie's still right there. Lost handle, goes right to her. Gracie Butler steal. Can't get the lay. Rebound Carson. Her putback is good. Timeout time for Cannon County. Upperman with a fast start here at home. They added a home game trying to make it count. It'll be a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. And that gives me an opportunity to tell you that tonight's game, as all Upperman games are, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment, your hometown steel and X-Mark dealer. Jacob, Upperman, fast start, 11-point lead, just 3 minutes into the contest.
And I think exactly what Coach McWilliams is looking for in this game. Didn't shoot the ball well on Friday, shooting it well early on, and it's coming off of that defense. They're running their offense really, really well in the half court. Really good defense there for Gracie Butler, and a great job by TT Carson following it as well. Not just assuming that her teammate's going to make the shot, able to follow it up and get the bucket and force the timeout taken by Cannon County.
Upperman knows their fate. It is Saturday at Cookeville High School, 3 o'clock. How about we just start a Saturday with a main event, and that's White County Upperman, round number 3, split in the regular season. Big-time semifinal game. As the inbound comes baseline, a little give and go here as Alexander breaks the press. Alexander now pulls up, blocked. Delenti got a hand on it. Abby Stone into the game, saves it into Maggie Butler. This is the big lineup for Dana McWilliams. Here's Maggie on the drive. She's forced to retreat by Alexander. Gives to Carson, now Delenti. Taz off the dribble, sends it right side. Maggie looking for her second. Bottoms. Maggie Butler with another. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
I think it's just the one miss so far. They missed their opening 3, and since then have made every single one.
16-2, 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Upperman's offense is alive. Carson lost a step, 2 hands into the hips. That will be a personal. First on TT Carson, third on the Lady Bees, as Gracie Butler and Sadie South to the table. Crouch and Maggie out, I should say. This is a doubleheader. Cannon County, their boys are looking to be a little more competitive tonight. The 8th-ranked 2A team in the state got taken to the woodshed on Friday night. We'll see if they can be more competitive. As Stone saves that win, and it goes to Bain. She'll dump it over. Now step through. South's on the hardwood, lost a step. And Jalen Taylor lays it in. First bucket in a while for Cannon County.
Yeah, Cannon County kind of fortunate there with the defender falling underneath the basket and able to get that open lay-in.
Gracie Butler gives to Taylor Delenti. Now Gracie off a Stone screen. Drives inside. Puts it up in the foul. Ellie Bain picks up the first foul of the game on the Lionettes. And 2 free throws at Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Gracie Butler.
Able to use her speed and her physicality, get that first step, and it's so tough to get back in front of her. Nothing you can do but foul to make sure she doesn't make the shot.
Mentioned the All Upper Cumberland teams released earlier on. We had the broadcast, and that's now been put out as Gracie hits the first. She was second team All Upper Cumberland, and Jacob, we know was extremely close to being first team all Upper Cumberland this year.
It's the top 10, top 15 players. It was so difficult to try to get them in the right spots because they're so good across the Upper Cumberland.
2 for 2 for Gracie Butler, a 14-point Lady B advantage. Now a crossover. The ball is loose, being punched around. It's still loose. Sadie South smacks it back to Delenti. Here comes Upperman. Delenti eyes up. Great intensity level by the Lady Bees. Gracie again. The Amtrak drives and is fouled. 2 more for Gracie Butler as they'll get the foul on Naomi Muse. Naomi Muse, I should say. That'll be her first, team second. Gracie Butler already 7 points in the first quarter. Still 3:36 to go in the frame, and Upperman has 18 on the board.
Yeah, it started with that three-point shooting, and it has been kind of turning into the defense since then. Now getting to the line and able to knock down some free throws. And obviously a great start to this one for Upperman. Like you said, you talked about you want to get some momentum going into the district tournament. This is a great way to do it.
And really, you think about it, they were very competitive with Stone. They lost against Livingston, then turned around, beat the Kings Academy, turned around, led by double digits a lot against Stone Memorial. A big rally late for the Lady Panthers as Butler goes 2 for 2. Went on the road in Woodbury in a packed house, trying to win tonight, and it feels like they'll be starting to play better basketball. They're playing great right now as Alexander is showing off her speed. Drives, throws it up. May have been partially blocked by Stone. Here's Gracie Butler. Look at the tempo. Gracie Butler, coast to coast, drives in, puts it up and in.
I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do if you're Cannon County. You got to try to get in front, but she's able to utilize her speed that time, just beat everybody down the floor. Nobody steps in front. She takes advantage.
And the pressure really ratcheting up for Upperman. Gracie Butler has 11. Cannon County as a team has 4. Alexander weaves over right wing side. Also, Dana McWilliams in rematches. One of the best to ever do it.
Not fun.
You're seeing that early on here. Right side Alexander lines up the deep 3. Way too strong. Another board for Gracie Butler. She's working on a double-double in the first quarter. There she goes again. Nobody stopped her. 22. Free run for 2 more. And another timeout for Cannon County. Gracie Butler has 13 points in 5 minutes and 17 seconds, and the Lady Bees lead by 20.
Yeah, that's an easy timeout there because you can't let the best player on the other side just have free reign to the basket, and it's been a couple of possessions in a row now. She's been able to get to the line. That time nobody picks her up right up the middle of the lane, and an easy lay-in, and 13 of the 24 points early on, and you said it too. She's doing it on both sides. She's getting steals, she's getting rebounds, and obviously leading them in scoring.
Can we change the list? I don't know what we would do, but my goodness. I mean, she is playing unbelievable right now. 24-4, a 20-point. This one not happened, but the Lady Bees are on pace to score approximately 140 points in this game.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I don't think they will.
I think it'll slow down in the second
You would
half.
think, but goodness gracious. 2:43 to go in the first. It's a 20-point game.
This was a 12-point game on Friday.
Cannon County's been competitive. Bella Fye into the game for the first time. Alexander swiped. She's able to keep it. Nice ball handling for Alexander. Gracie Butler got about 10 seconds to breathe. Now she's back at the table.
Just get that extended break with the 30-second timeout.
Bain working on Fye. Underhand flips back. She'll give it over to Alexander. Abby Alexander against Bella Fye. Upperman's into the 2-3 zone of doom. Shot chucked up, no. Maggie Butler, one-arm rebound. Here they come again. Delenti out and running. Taylor Delenti back to Bella Fye. The sophomore lines it up. Can't bank it in. Delenti right there. She'll spin back. Resets to Maggie. Looking for her third. Can't get it. Long rebound down. Alexander has it. Now it's a foot race. Alexander drives against Maggie. Spins inside. Shot up and good. Abby Alexander now has 4. Cannon County back with an 18.
Nice spin move underneath against the taller Butler as well, and a good finish. Exactly what Cannon County needed, but they got to string together some stops here.
Delenti has it here. Works off a Stone screen. Now sends it back to Maggie. Now over to Fye. Space to operate. She'll toss it back left side for South. Over to Delenti. She lines up another tray and hits. Taylor Delenti with her second. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
It's so difficult to defend against this Upperman offense. Not only do they have a bunch of shooters, but they got a bunch of players who are really good at setting screens and able to run off those screens.
And the pressure forces another turnover as South got a hand on it. Then there's a tie up. The arrow belongs to the Lady Bees, who have 27 points with 1:21 to go in the first quarter. They scored 50 in the entire game on Friday night.
Yeah, I'd say the offense is feeling pretty good right now.
Well, and they haven't got to play very many games in this gym this year. They played a lot of neutral site games early, and then we're on the road for a significant chunk of the early district slate. And in a smaller district, you have less district home games. So that's why they wanted to add this game, a big reason for it. As Phi has it, gives over to Gracie. And that'll be a moving screen as South slid over as they were trying to fight through, and possession goes back the other way. Sadie South picks up her second.
Yeah, sometimes that'll happen when you're one of the smaller players on the floor. You're trying to establish that position, just not quite set.
Bain traveled. Yeah, she went to pass back to Alexander, and South jumped the lane. So the possession goes back to the Lady Bees as Crouch checks in for South.
Cannon County's just too sped up right now. Got to figure out a way to slow it down, but it's a big credit to that Upperman defense and the pressure they're putting on them.
Inbound, sent into Maggie Butler. She'll toss it right side to Phi. Phi skips it to Delenti. She's fielded it. Heat check three. Ooh. Good. Taz again. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three. Upperman has 30 in the first quarter.
That's a great shot. It was even better pass. The skip pass over to the left wing and another steal.
Dangerous pass and a foul. Maggie Butler had the steal. Bain jumped in, committed her second personal. This is dominance out of the Lady Bees. It's kind of reminiscent to what the boys' game was on Friday.
Right.
Girls' game was a bit tighter. Not right now.
And this is a solid Cannon County team. They're no pushover either.
They played a really good schedule as well. You got to credit them for adding this game.
Right,
they didn't have to. Left side Phi. Delenti again. May want to guard her. She hits. Taylor Delenti. 4. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate threes. It's why she's second team all Upper Cumberland.
Hey, Bella Phi's come in and thrown 2 dimes to Taylor Delenti right in the pocket and able to knock him down.
Look at the press. Another turnover. Gracie Butler with the steal. Butler dumps it over to Phi. Phi back to Delenti for her 5th. Can't get it. Crouch right there. Put back. No. A lot of contact. Play on to save in to Delenti. 12 seconds. She slices. Finger roll. Good. Taylor Delenti again. 14 in the quarter for Taz and 35 in the frame for the Lady Bees.
Still on pace for 140.
And that will bring us to the end of perhaps the most dominant quarter of girls basketball we've had on UCR this season. After one, it's Upperman 35, Cannon County 6. This is Upperman Basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookeville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Dominance. Upperman leads by 29 at the end of the first quarter. Jacob, we call a lot of basketball. That did not look like a first quarter between two teams that just battled to a 12-point game 48 hours ago.
I've seen a lot of basketball and a lot of high school basketball. I don't know that I've seen 35 points in a quarter. That's a lot.
I've seen it one other time, and it was not between two teams this spaced out. It was a lot wider records-wise between the teams. Upperman looking to continue. How many times you scored?
I take that back. I saw Pickett County do it earlier this year, but to your point, it was
and there's another block. Maggie Butler has the block. How many times you score 13 points in a quarter and don't lead your team in scoring? That's what Gracie Butler did because Taylor Delenti had 14, 27 between those two in the opening frame.
Well, and a lot of those came in the last minute of that quarter.
Alexander kicks into the corner now. Bain inside, trying to work on Butler. Blocked again. Rebound tipped. It went out, and it'll stay on this end with Cannon County.
And a big reason why Upperman has scored so much, Cannon County hasn't had the ball in the offensive half here too much, where they've had quick shots, just haven't been able to get too much to go in.
Alexander to inbound from the baseline. She'll throw it in looking for Bain. Goes into the backcourt. Plenty of time to go run it down, and that's exactly what Taylor does. Now she's got Cassie Crouch right there in front, however. Taylor trying to get it ahead. Clock is ticking. Taylor now has a step down the sideline, dumps it into the corner for Young. Young swiped away, another turnover. Delenti with the steal. Here comes Sadie South. South Dumps it over to Maggie. Now Crouch. Cassie surveys the floor, dumps it back Gracie. Gracie jabs and starts to work. Right side Maggie. Into South, cutting free. Good. Sadie South says, don't forget about me. Her first two, and it's 37-6.
Great pass, great cut, great finish, great offense for the Lady Bees continues here in the second.
Alexander drives. The Butler twins both there. Shot no. Bain fighting for the rebound. There'll be a tie-up, and the arrow belongs to the Lady Bees as Delenti got her hands on it.
Yeah, this is an Upperman team, you can tell, just all of them being aggressive, all of them rebounding the basketball, getting after it defensively, and running the offense to perfection so far.
Cassie Crouch bringing it ahead. 37-6 is our score. 6:34 to go in the first half. Still a ton of basketball to be played tonight. We got a doubleheader. Taylor Delenti wide open, pulls up in the mid-range. Can't hit. Is mortal.
Too close to the basket.
Is mortal. 31-point game. Skip pass ahead to Young. She'll pick it up in the mid-range. Surveying. Finds Alexander. Upperman in their man-to-man. Alexander off the dribble. 4-3. Good. Abby Alexander splashes home the tray. Cannon County just trying to get something working here. It's 37-9.
Well, that's who they got to get going, but they got to get her open looks. Upperman hasn't allowed her anything too easy.
There's that typical back cut for Upperman, but another missed lay inside. That's what we saw a lot on Friday. Pretty good contest. Pass ahead to Young. She gathers in the corner. Young turns on Maggie. Maggie right there harassing. Goes into the low block. Now a handoff Alexander. She'll put it up and in. 5 straight for Abby Alexander, and Cannon County playing much better already here in the second.
I like that offense there. You just cut right into your post player, hand it off, and put it up and in.
Crouch gives back South. Too much space for Sadie South. She rings it home. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Sadie South.
Going to be on record watch here shortly.
That is 8 threes already for the Lady Bees. After really struggling to shoot at times in January, this is the team we saw pre-district tournament.
Yeah.
Or pre-district play, I should say. Pass over left side. Schwartz, pass swatted out of bounds by Gracie Butler. It'll stay on this end as Cannon County will get a sub in. This is Emery Rollins checking in. Abby Stone to the table, didn't get there quite in time. And now Upperman's into their 2-3. Long three, why not? Ranged it home. Miley Schwartz splashes home to Trey, and now 2 threes in the quarter for Cannon County.
Hey, if you got that much separation, if you've got that good looking of a shot, you got to take it, especially down by this much.
Gracie Butler has it, gives to Taylor Delenti. Too much space again. Taylor Delenti has 5. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Now that's the other problem on the other end. You have to slow down the outside shooting. Obviously, they can do it in more ways than one.
Gracie Butler with another steal, and then what a save to Cassie Crouch. Crouch with a defender harassing to South. Delenti for her 6. Cash money. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
I mean, just unconscious right now. But again, she's just getting so much separation on the outside, and a credit to her teammates finding her.
Now a drive. Maggie with a swipe. They called her for a foul. It wasn't a foul, but it is a 32-point game. Maggie Butler called for her first.
Yeah, you can live with some of those when you've got 46 points with 4:12 remaining in the first half.
This, when you say a blitzkrieg, this is a blitzkrieg. Taylor Delenti has 20 points with 4:12 to go in the second quarter. Inside shot, Bain, no. Rebound fought for loose. It goes back, second chance for Schwartz. Bounces it over right side to Muse. Muse, pass fake one way, now finds Alexander. Alexander closed out on by Phi, who's back in. Back to Muse. Alexander. Off the dribble, lines up the 3. Partially blocked by Phi. Rebound again, Gracie Butler. 32-point lead and a ball for the Lady Bees. Again, Gracie Butler drives in. Again, puts it up, and she's fouled. Gracie Butler to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line, and this may be the third on Ellie Bain.
First 2 attempted in a while. I think ever since that Delenti 2 that she missed. They got to just stay outside the perimeter.
It's easy to forget that 3 weeks ago this was the consensus number 1 ranked team in the state. But this may be the best they've looked through 2 quarters of basketball this entire season.
Oh, and you mentioned Goose is out here too. He texted us, said this team gave Smith County a scare just last week. It was a 5-point game. It was 44-39.
Last Tuesday.
Right.
And Smith County beat Lebanon the day after.
Right. That's a very good Lebanon team, by the way.
First one was good for Gracie Butler. She has a measly 14 points already in this game.
For a contending Lebanon team.
No doubt. Could win it all. 2 for 2 for Gracie Butler again, and the Lady Bees have 48 points through a quarter and a half.
Still 3:40 remaining.
Bain has it. Sends it over left side. Taylor. Now a drive. Stone defends and commits the foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Emory Rollins. Abby Stone called for her first, team second.
You got to credit Cannon County as well because, I mean, it just got away from them so quickly, but they're still playing hard, playing with it. They're not just giving up out there on the floor, and they're not going to. It's too good of a basketball team to do so, and so that's the kind of the goal right now for Cannon County. Okay, can you slow the bleeding, and can you make this a tie game for the rest of the way through?
Rollins banked in the first free throw, counts all the same. I think that's what she's trying to do.
It almost looked like
Didn't get the second one. Delenti on the rebound. Here comes Phi, 33-point game. Phi ahead to Stone, leaps up to keep it in. She'll dub it back to Lenti. This time puts it on the hardwood, kicks back south. You can tell they're just waiting for a little space to trigger a three.
much better defense by Cannon County, too.
And here's Delenti again. She'll work it over left side, gets 2 screens, back to Phi. Is it Bella's turn? Not yet. She'll drive and dump it back to Lenti. She drives inside, throws up the runner, good. Taylor Delenti with one of her best halves of basketball as a Lady B, and Upperman has half a century already.
Yeah, that's where it's difficult to guard her because she's knocked down so many outside, and then you go out and try to guard her outside, and she takes you inside.
Bain has I love it when they make us look smart for our awards earlier today.
Yeah,
Muse
no joke.
sends in, here's a drive. Stone with great defense and then gets the rebound. Lady B basketball looking for more. Everybody's going to play tonight. Delenti ahead to Phi. Catches it, and a travel. Her foot slid as she caught the ball. Possession goes back the other way. And you're probably going to see a 35-point game with 2:37 to go in the half. Some quick whistles. No problem.
I was going to say, that one was pretty quick.
That was. I'm not sure that was a travel.
I don't know that she caught the ball before it was
exactly what I was thinking. All right. Muse brings it up. 2-3 for the Lady Bees. Right side. That was more of a travel than the other one. Back to Muse. Sends it right side, Taylor. Taylor to Bain. South and Gracie Butler at the tip. They've been out of the game while this run has been happening. Kick back out Muse. Muse dumps it over. Nice ball movement. Bain lines up the 3. Can't hit. Long rebound. Second chance for Cannon. Trying to drive through the defense, and a foul as Stone commits the personal. Should be on the floor. That was a pass sent over. And no, they're going to award the shot.
I think they got it on the shot after.
Stone commits her second, team's third. 2 free throws upcoming for Emory Rollins. She's 1 for 2 tonight. Misses the first one off the heel.
Yeah, this might be a game 2 in the second half, especially final game of the regular season where you come together and say, you know what, let's do running clock in the whole second half.
Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, about a split audience, a little bit more on YouTube right now. Make sure you follow or subscribe to the channel or page and like the broadcast. Rollins' next one, very consistent, both off the heel. Bain has another offensive rebound. Twisting jumper, no. Maggie Butler this time grabs it, wrestles it away from Alexander. Lady B's looking for more, leading by 35 points. Gracie kicks back Maggie. Now Delenti. She'll dump it into Maggie. It's off the mark, but the rebound or the ball ricochets over to Crouch. Now south to Gracie. She'll drive. Gracie Butler clear out. Keep playing. Bain on the rebound. Here they come. Bain skip pass ahead to Taylor. Taylor traveled, took 8 steps, puts it up and in. Am I wrong?
I don't know about 8.
That was several.
Maybe 4.
Yeah, it was more than the allotted as Crouch gives to South. Left side Gracie. Somebody's going to act like I'm actually mad right now. That's the best part. Toss it over to Maggie. Gracie, why not? 3. First bad miss of the day for the Lady Bees. Possession back the other way. 1:13 to go in the second. It's 50-17.
That'd be me out there right now.
You know, you got that Indiana blood where you just hit everything. The only thing you learned to do as a kid is shoot.
Literally.
Forget math, science, anything.
No,
just shoot.
I couldn't shoot growing up, so I was a defender.
Bain with it.
And then I figured out how to shoot.
It always happens. That pass back out Alexander. She'll drive inside, picks up, dumps it back. Now Rollins slices through, loses handle, and they'll say Butler touched it out, so it'll stay on this end with Cannon County.
You got your 3 and D guys. I was a pass and D guy.
Alexander inbounds. I was the get on the low block and rebound and post up guy. 3 on the way, no long rebound down to South. Sadie South ahead. High dribbles it all the way into the low block. Now spins back over to Maggie. Maggie, right side crouch. Cassie activates towards the baseline. Now tosses it back to Maggie. Over to Gracie. They check back, and Dana McWilliams says, let's just play. Gracie drives, dumps it off to Cassie. Down to Lenti. South is wide open. There she has it. Sends it left side Maggie. Maggie off a flare screen, gives back Gracie. Gracie picks up, skips it over to South. She'll line it up. Can they get another one? No. Rebound down. Nice box out. Taylor had the box out on Butler, and here comes Alexander. Alexander tosses it over right side, now into the low block. That one tipped, and they'll call Maggie for a foul. That'll be the second on Maggie Butler. That is the correct score on your screen. It is 50-17, and this quarter's gone much better for Cannon County. They're actually, Upperman's only won this quarter 15-11.
More of what we expected, I think.
Yeah.
More of what Cannon County expected, too.
It was 35-6 at the end of the first quarter. As Muse has it. Now has that one stolen away. Cassie Crouch just took it. 6 seconds for Cassie. Phi runs the floor. Cassie finds her, puts it up and in. An exclamation point on a complete dominant half by the Upperman Lady Bees. After 2, they lead 52-17. We'll have Austin McWilliams on the Happy Hiller halftime show on the other side. This is Upperman basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Box Drop Cookville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookville has been proud to serve Cookville since 2018. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Welcome back. It's time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman rolling Cannon County 52-17. First half of our doubleheader, the nightcap, the regular season finale for the Bees, and we're joined by Upperman assistant Austin McWilliams. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to come up here and join us. Interesting tonight because Cannon County is a good basketball team. 8th-ranked team in the state in Class 2A. They're 20-7. They got a chance to go on a run in the postseason, but you guys were able to handle business in pretty emphatic fashion on Friday. What are the challenges that come along with that? Because the adults know every game's different. This girls' game is a great example. Sometimes kids can forget that a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously trying to convince your team that – and, of course, they know, too, from watching film from the last week when we were, scouting these guys, that these guys they're good players, good basketball players, and they've got a good team. So they know what kind of to expect when they come out. It's not going to be a game that even we don't expect it to be even the game it was on Friday. I mean, they're going to be ready to go and be really competitive tonight, I would think.
It seems like you guys have really kicked it into the gear, and Coach Bobby and I have talked about this, but really in the back half of district play, you got into some of those rematches, and everybody started shooting a little bit better. Ty is doing Ty things, but Colton seems to have found his sea legs, and Jack and Collier are hitting shots. Are you feeling that, and how good is that to see, but knowing that still another level to get to your ultimate goal here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you probably see about a month ago in practice, we came home one day or we left one day and said that, man, that we felt like that was one of our best practices of the year. And then it started gradually showing in games. So that obviously getting more back into the feel of things, and we spend a lot of time during Christmas and all that stuff that kind of throws us off a little bit. So we don't ever think we have to be just completely ready, start early January. We feel like when it gets late January, early February is when you really have to hit that stride, and ultimately we have. So it's been really good to see that, and obviously watching the ball go into basket makes the game easier for everybody.
Walk me through this next week. You have this game, and then you have several days away. It's really a longer break than you have this time of year outside of maybe when ice blows through, and then you don't know your opponent until Friday, whether it be White County or Livingston, and as we know, anything can happen in a district tournament, so you really don't know your opponent. What does this week look like with that in mind as you gear up for the real season when everybody goes to 0-0?
Yeah, for sure. After tonight, obviously, hopefully we handle business and do what we're supposed to do tonight, and that's our main focus now. But, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even Friday, you have those days in between there that you don't really know who you're going to play. But obviously, we've seen a lot of these guys so much in the last couple of years that we're pretty familiar. But obviously, it'll be a lot of getting some rest in tomorrow, and then just kind of getting back into doing what Upperman does too. We feel like if we've got a good enough group that if we give them Upperman, they're going to have a hard time with us.
I'm sure Cannon County does not feel like they played their best on Friday night. That's going to put a chip on their shoulder. The challenges with this team in particular certainly have a really good scorer, but good players around him as well that this Cannon County team presents for you tonight.
For sure. Obviously they were down a couple guys on Friday as well. So it looks like some of those guys are back tonight, and they're definitely going to be ready to go and compete. They've sort of hit the end of the year. They've got some injuries and those things that have kind of detoured them, but they have. They're definitely. We fully expect them to be to be a competitive game and a really good game for us before we go into the ultimately in the postseason.
That's Austin McWilliams. The Bees get the Cannon County Lions in the second half of our doubleheader. 52 points and a half for the Lady Bees.
It's pretty good.
I don't know when the last time that happened was. We'll have to go back and check. That feels like maybe Akira Levy days here when they were putting 52
that'll win
points
some ball games. That'll win some ball games.
But we'll have the second half of the girls' game on the other side. Coach, thanks for taking the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Caring for others is a privilege we don't take lightly. When you call Hiller for your plumbing repairs or service, you're not only trusting us to do the job right, you're trusting us with your family's comfort and safety. That's why we care for every client like our own loved ones. And that's why when we see something that could use some attention, we happily jump in to help. It's more than just a job. It's a calling. We do it because we care for people. We do it because we care for you.
Call the Happy Face truck today.
I work with Warren County Nursery here in McMinnville, Tennessee.
I'm very passionate about the hay because that's how I take care of my cows.
So I farm here with my dad.
We raise primarily corn, soybeans, and wheat.
By having that in my background and knowing what the customer expects, I know how to cater to the customer.
We're here to provide solutions for our customers.
Going through some of those challenging experiences help you understand maybe the position they're coming from.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family, trusted care right where life happens.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145. Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Again, our thanks to Austin McWilliams for joining us during the Happy Hiller halftime show. At the break, Upperman is rolling towards their 22nd victory of the season. They lead 52-17. Jacob, we talked about Upperman wanting to build momentum, knowing they've got this fight with one of their arch rivals, White County, on Saturday in a big District 7 3A semifinal game. Couldn't have scripted it any better if you're Dana McWilliams and this coaching staff.
Yeah, I think they accomplished that. 52 points. Taylor Delenti was great. Gracie Butler was great early on as well. And then Delenti started to knock down some shots late in that first quarter and just completely opened up this basketball game going into the end of that first quarter. 35 points in the first frame and cooled off a little bit in the second frame, but obviously still have the big lead here at halftime. And be interested to see what they do here in the second half. Like you said, build that momentum going in to the district tournament.
That is Jacob Vincent. He is back. Paternity leave is done, which I'm sure is bittersweet for him, but very sweet for me, as Maggie Butler has another block, and it's a jump as she got her hands on it. Simultaneous possession. It goes back to the Lady Bees. That was how that first half went. You can hear him tomorrow. He'll be on the play-by-play headset. Cookeville at Warren County.
Should be a great game.
I mean, a lot of people thought that was going to be the district championship game. Instead, it's a winner-go-home game in the 6-4A tournament. 7 o'clock tip-off. That'll be on the main page and NFHS Network tomorrow night.
That'll be the 4th time they've played this year, too.
It is. And each matchup's gotten closer and closer. That last game just decided by 5. Gracie Butler hands to Maggie. She'll dump it back to South. Over to Gracie. Looking for her second tray. Can't hit. Delenti right there. Put back. Good and one. Taylor Delenti has 24 points, and she can make it 25.
Yeah, you can't let 12 get loose out there on the floor, and it's tough on the box out, especially coming from the weak side there. Just crashing the glass, drops right down to her, takes advantage, and gets fouled and able to finish.
Alexander picks up her first, team's first, and Taylor Delenti's at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line where she hits. This has been in a really good season for her best game of the year, 55-17, and she was the engine down in Greenville when they won that tournament. They need her to have a big postseason. She's building right now. Alexander has it left side, off the dribble. That's a moving screen, uncalled. She drives baseline. Alexander now against Crouch. She'll drive inside, finger roll through the trap. No, rebound tipped out of play. It'll go to the Lady Bees. If you're an opposing coach, this is probably not what you wanted to see when you pulled up the broadcast. You at least wanted them to have to put in a little extra effort.
Sure, Coach Dodgen is real excited.
Yeah, Gracie Butler on the drive. Puts it up too strong. Sadie South right there. Kicks back Maggie. Second chance. No. Crouch right in there for the rebound. Back to South. South on the drive. Tips it back. Gracie pulls up in the mid-range. Can't hit. Rebound down. Out of play, and it'll go to the Lionettes.
Credit to Cannon County. You mentioned they weren't going away in that second quarter, and you talked about how much closer it was just in the frame in the second quarter, and obviously the start here to this quarter has been a lot better.
6:35 to go in the third quarter, 55-17. Bain trying to post up inside on Maggie. That's a fun fight to watch as she turns around, can't put it in. Good defense, rebound by Gracie, and here she comes again. Gracie Butler early had 13 points, and then Delenti went nuclear from long range. Flip pass into Maggie. Her shot won't fall. Delenti has the rebound. Saved by Maggie. It's loose. Where's it going? Cannon County. A little surprised there was no call there. Possession back to the Lionettes. Maybe it was Delenti and Maggie
it
tied up.
Yeah, it was just kind of a domino effect. Delenti came in hard. Maggie Butler also had the basketball. They run into each other, and then Butler kind of drops it out of bounds.
We've got the boys' game to follow between Cannon County and Upperman. Maybe it's going to be a flip. We expected the boys' game to be a little tighter on Friday. It wasn't, and vice versa. As Alexander Has 2 screens. Where does she want to go? She'll take it left.
Be interested to see how lax the Bees are after winning by 47 just a couple of days ago.
Alexander drives, puts it up, got swiped by Crouch, and this will be 2 free throws for Abby Alexander at the line. That is the first personal on Cassie Crouch.
Already been a much better third quarter for this Cannon County team, and ever since that, you flushed the first quarter out, they've played okay basketball ever since that point.
First one for Alexander is good. She's got 10 points. First Lionette into double figures. They will go as she goes into the tournament. They are insured into the region as part of a 4-team district. They get Smith County, who they just had a battle with last week. That game will be on Thursday night in the 6-2A tournament. And they're now into their full court pressure as Crouch bounces back to Delenti. Delenti got to get it across the timeline, does to Gracie. Gracie shields off the defender and now spins it over right side for South. South off the dribble. Eyes up, dumps it back to Gracie. Maggie sets the screen. Gracie takes it left side, drives the lane, puts it up. Good and one. Gracie Butler, the Amtrak again. She'll go back to the line.
Just so difficult to slow her down, especially when she's got a head of steam going to the basket. Trying to get some physicality, but it's hard to do so without fouling.
Foul goes on Miley Schwartz. That is her first, team second. Gracie Butler back to the line. Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. We'll do some shout-outs in a blowout as Gracie Butler now has 18, converts the first free throw.
I know Grandma Marsha's tuning in from Fort Wayne.
Exciting times when you're back in. Our Indiana viewership
jumps up a little bit.
Alexander has it here, 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Upperman's lead is 39 points. South just fought right over that screen. They'll give back Alexander. Upperman's taking the opportunity to play a lot of man-to-man in this game. They like the matchups. Alexander against Butler this time. Oh, my goodness, what a step through. Finger roll good.
That was dirty.
Tremendous play by Abby Alexander. That great head fake. I thought she was going to shoot it, then took a step in and laid it through.
That was impressive.
Right side, Delenti. First triple try for her in the second half. More of the same. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Full timeout called by Cannon County. Taylor Delenti having one of her best games of her high school career. It's her final regular season game. She's making it count. We'll step aside and hear from our all-inclusive sponsor at Turf Masters Landscape Management.
Turf Masters Landscape Management has been serving the Upper Cumberland since 1996. They offer a variety of services, including lawn maintenance, landscape design and installation, landscape lighting, irrigation systems, and more. They also provide snow and ice removal during the cold winter months. For more information, contact Matt Wilson at 931-261-1587 today. Turf Masters Landscape Management is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman leads by 40 over Cannon County. Beat this team by 12 48 hours ago and said probably didn't play their best game. That will not be said tonight. 61-21. Taylor Delenti has 28 points, and she has 7 triples so far in this game.
I'd say they are playing their best game tonight.
Right up there. Yeah, no doubt.
It's pretty good basketball out there right now for this Upperman team.
This is what they look like when they're rolling on all cylinders, and it is a scary, scary basketball team in Class 3A. They've done it in bursts at times, have not put it completely together. They are right now. Alexander brings it up. The clock's going to run in the fourth quarter. We're pretty sure of that. Works it over right side. Now she'll bounce it back to Schwartz. Into the low block, Bain. Turns. I call Maggie Butler for a foul. That's her third.
Yeah, that's a credit to Cannon County there. Just getting good position underneath, and Butler not straight up, not vertical the whole way. Kind of leans in just a little bit to draw the foul.
Second team foul on the Lady Bees as Bain's first free throw is no good.
That's one of the problems for Cannon County in this game. Obviously, they've only got 21 points, but they have not been able to knock down their free throws when they've gotten there.
Bain rattles home the second split trip. That's the first points tonight for Ellie Bain. As Crouch will bring it ahead. Crouch tosses it to South. Got open. Lines it up. Can't hit. Rebound down. Foot race. Gracie saves it in. She dumps it back, and South runs it down. Now left side, Gracie. Oh, my goodness. Delenti got open again. Gracie drives instead. Puts it up. Partially blocked potentially by Bain. Disrupted either way. Here comes Alexander the other way. Alexander dumps it over to Bain. She puts the shot up, can't hit, rebound, tied up. Bain and Maggie battling for it. Cooler heads prevail. Possession stays with Cannon County. Now, the only thing you don't want, and I wonder at what point there's going to be some subs here. You cannot lose somebody in this game for the district tournament, to injury or to anything else.
And a good job by the official there as well. Just kind of stepping in saying, hey, let's calm it down a little bit.
Everything was fine there, but you just don't want any hard falls as Bain throws it up and good. Ellie Bain now with her first field goal at 61-24. Here's Gracie Butler weaving through traffic. Barrels in, south to Delenti. Open again for her 8th. Can't get it. Rebound tipped up into the air, and Alexander has it. Here comes Abby Alexander in transition. Crouch tries to stop her, puts the shot up, and a foul. Cassie Crouch picks up her second. 2 free throws upcoming for Abby Alexander.
Yeah, and you mentioned those subs. Interested to see how long Delenti stays in here with those 7 threes. Sadie South tied the record earlier this year with the 9 made threes in a ball game. So we'll see if Coach McWilliams has that number in her mind at all.
First one for Alexander rattles home. She's a really good player. And now we'll get Addison Nichols, who started on senior night. She'll go to the table. Naomi Muse is there as well. She's checking in for Alexander. See if they check back in. Both teams in the same position. You need all your main people available moving forward, especially now in a game where the outcome is not in doubt at all. Next one for Alexander, another split trip. Maggie has the rebound. Now Delenti sends it over to Crouch. Crouch to Gracie. Gracie weaving through traffic. Euro step. Gracie Butler again. Listen, Taylor Delenti's had 28, but Gracie Butler's right there as well. She now has 20. Multiple 20-point scorers is rare, let alone in 2.5 quarters. 3 on the way and good. That one rattled home for Emory Rollins. Cannon County has been better after the first quarter. The hole was just insurmountable.
That's the thing. You just flush that first quarter, and that's when you go back and look at it on film. You don't even watch the first quarter.
South
maybe a
over,
couple
side.
of minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, we could have done this better defensively.
Right side, Gracie. Eyes up, drives again, puts it up again, and finishes again. Gracie Butler, 22 for 22.
Yeah, the tough part about guarding her is you got to beat her to the spot. You got to get in front before she's able to get going downhill. They just have been unable to do so far.
Alexander left side, Bella Butler, the freshman Butler sister to the table. Here's Taylor. Tosses it back left side, Alexander. Alexander dumps it over under the wing for Schwartz. Back to Alexander. She'll drive, throws up the mid-range runner, can't hit. Gracie Butler goes up for the rebound. It's grabbed, falling down by Nichols. She saves it in. Now a pass intercepted. Delenti has the steal. Ahead to Crouch. Crouch, right wing side. Delenti, open again. She has 8. Another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3 for Taylor Delenti. Crouch will sub out, as will Alexander. Crouch will stay in. South will check out. Also checking out is Schwartz. So now 8 for Delenti. Record watch very much on.
On the way.
Into the front court here is Cannon County. Taylor drives in. Maggie Butler right there. Another tie-up, and this time the arrow belongs to the Lady Bees.
Still a whole nother quarter to go after this.
Insane. This is as dominant as it could possibly be tonight. And it is 10 made threes. Sadie South hit that last year in the Andrew Johnson Bank Ladies Classic opening round game in Greenville. As Gracie Butler drives, puts it up over her shoulder, no, what a foul is called. And this will be 2 free throws again for Gracie Butler at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. So Delenti is 2 off of tying the program record.
10. That's ridiculous.
There's been some really good shooters in this gym. Gracie hits the first free throw. I mean, Delenti's having the game of her life, but so is Gracie Butler.
Yeah.
She has 8 in the quarter, 23 in the game. And Upperman could have 70 points if this one goes. They do, with 1:36 to go in the third.
And they don't average that much.
Very few teams do. Muse sends it over right side. Young Sends it over to Foster. If you would have told me before the game Canyon County had 28 points at this point, I'd say maybe a fairly tight contest. It is not. Pass ahead. Slicing through. Maggie there again. Swipes another block and rebound. Here they come. Maggie Butler. Eyes up. Now slows it down. Sends it to Gracie. Gracie drives. Kicks to Delente. Thought about it. Why not? It's a 42-point game, Taz. Let it rip. Left side, Bella Butler. Bella to Gracie. Gracie drives. Runner. Good. Again. Gracie Butler putting on a show.
She may catch up to Delente.
She's close. She's got 26. Delente has 31. Oh my gosh. It's over right side. Foster. Muse, that one tipped. Crouch has the steal. Now it's a foot race. Crouch with Muse chasing. Left-hand lane, no. Delente has 33. Taylor Delente again. 74-28. 27 to go in the third.
Should have taken it back out to the perimeter.
Hunt the record. Foster sends it over left side. I promise you she does not know.
No.
One cool thing in the
Not
comments, yet. Brittany comments, all three Butler girls on the floor at one time. That's pretty cool. Pass over right side. Young. Bella's going to be a really good player. She's going to have an opportunity, especially next year. Nichols turns, puts it up over Maggie. No. 2 seconds for Maggie. Gives to Gracie. Gracie going to chuck it. 3/4 court on the way. Just missed. And that brings us to the end of three. It will be an 8-minute fourth quarter. Running clock time in Baxter, 74-28. Upperman basketball is presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this home with a great location just off Highway 111 on the south side of Cookeville. This home has just over 2,000 square feet, a 2-car garage, and beautiful hardwood flooring throughout. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman leads 74-28 as we gear up for fourth quarter action. Don't forget, this is a doubleheader. We got a boys game to follow, and it looks like the starters' day is done outside of Sadie South, who's still out there for the Lady Bees, and usually one starter stays out at least for a while just to keep things stable for Dana McWilliams. But Upperman rolling towards another victory here. They'll have won 3 of their last 4 games heading into the postseason all of a sudden. They'll also be on a 2-game winning streak as that pass is intercepted, picked off by Bella Fye, and here she comes. Fye in transition, slams the brakes. Aspen Hayes. 33 for Taylor Delente, 26 for Gracie Butler. The two superstars showed up in a major way tonight for Upperman. South right side, speaking of 3. That one pops out, rebound down. Loose, out of play, last touch by the Lady Bees.
It's going to be so frustrating. Everybody else is off the floor, but they can still shoot threes even here in the fourth quarter. Now South will come off.
Well, Bella Fye can rain them home. Yeah. Aspen Hayes can shoot it. Bella Butler can shoot it. And then they've got the sides with Liliana Wilson and Abby Stone in right now. Clock is running, 6:54 and counting to go in regulation. Both these teams will immediately look ahead to the real season. Everybody's record's about to be 0-0 as the pass goes over left side.
The district tournament's going to be so fun.
It's going to be unbelievable. Starts on Friday in 7-3A.
I mean, 1 through 5. Literally anybody can beat anybody.
That play-in game.
Oh, my gosh.
As Muse puts up the runner and hits Naomi Muse with her first bucket. That play-in game is Livingston, Cumberland County. Cumberland County won the first 2 meetings. Is anybody going to bet against Leslie Riddle?
No.
In the postseason?
They came in here and won.
Yeah, a week ago. As that shot's no good and a collision and a foul. Wilson will be called for the personal.
Didn't know if they were going to call that one or not.
A late whistle, but they got the foul. And then on Saturday, it's the winner of that game against Stone Memorial, who won the regular season district title, in the semifinal game is maybe two of the top 3 teams in the state.
Yeah.
Upperman and Sparta going to face off for a third time. And that game's the first game of the day
Stone
at Cookeville.
is the other.
Correct.
The number 1
Exactly,
team.
in case that wasn't clear. Stone is the other of that 3. For a while, they were ranked 1 through 3. They probably still should be, but statewide voters we're not worried about. As that was
when they're beating up on each other.
Exactly right. Shot no good. Wilson has it. Here comes Hayes ahead. Hayes gives over to Amelia Carr. Now back Bella Butler. Butler back to Hayes. Why not? From downtown. No good. Long rebound out of play. Possession goes back the other way. Congratulations, the Lady Jackets. Again, they made the state tournament. West Valley, who was awesome. They battled twice, beat them in the state semifinals. They then took 3rd place. And everybody you talk to, including other coaches in this district and beyond, say, get ready. You've got about another year, and then the equation changes in a major way when that group gets to town.
It's kind of like Stone Memorial from last year to this year. All those freshmen able to play great basketball as 8th graders last year. Great job at the middle school level, and then they jump up to the varsity level and still make a big impact.
Stone gives back to Butler. Butler drives in, steps through, puts it up. No rebound. Tipped out of play by Hayes. It'll go to Cannon County, 74-30.
Letting it go a little bit now.
That's called good officiating.
Yeah.
5 back to the table. She's going to check in for Stone. This could be the most dominant win of the season for the Lady Bees, and it comes at a good time as they're rolling into the postseason wanting to be playing their best ball. Pass back out left side.
For Cannon County, you got to figure out a way to flush it right now. As soon as you leave this gym.
I don't think you turn the tape on.
Probably not.
I really don't think
I don't know if there's any benefit to it.
Muse has it. Sends it over left wing. And the good news is, very possible as this one ricochets around, if you're Cannon County, you can say, hey, if we make the state championship game, we will not face a team as good as that team you just played.
Yeah.
Wilson has it. Gives back. Left side Carr.
Well, York's pretty good.
York is good. White County knocked him off tonight as Phi lines up the 3. Can't hit. York's a little banged up right now, especially when they get everybody back. What a save by Wilson. Carr battling for it. High energy right now on the floor. Muse with Phi chasing. She cut her off and got the steal. There's Bella Phi with the turnover. 3:23 to go in regulation. Left side Phi. Activates on the baseline. Now finger roll. Tough look. No. Muse has another rebound and a foul. Running clock. It's okay. Bella Phi picks up her first. Stone checking in. Hayes will check out.
Yeah, call as many fouls as you want for 2 more.
As long as the clock keeps running, I don't care what you do. Just don't call somebody for a tech or something.
Yeah, I don't need that. Unless it's egregious.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to say that, and then clothesline will happen. Yeah. Muse will bring it up. Sends it ahead. Here's a drive, shot up, and a foul. This is 2 free throws upcoming for Addie Smith. Wilson called for the second personal. We're about to go ballistic in postseason coverage. Ratcheting it up to a new level, especially.
I came back at a good time.
The boys are back in town. Everybody's off paternity leave, and it is go time. We will have a very busy week. If you own a business and you want to be a part of it, now's a great time to jump on, which reminds me, in the sea of the blowouts, I got to pay some bills. The Southwell Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors, family-owned and operated for over 5 decades. The Southwell Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stopping at 640 South Willow Avenue as the 3 is up for Wilson, no good. Offensive rebound, Butler gives back to Phi. Now dumps in Stone. Stone in the low block, reverses out. Carr from long range. That one's no good. Rebound again, loose. And Muse has it. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for all your dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at their new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rent, sell, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. Those are called live reads. We do those during the postseason games with a ton of people watching. Send a message to our main Facebook page and we'll get you squared away. Probably will sell out, particularly on the Upperman games, as Bella Butler drives, kicks back to Hayes. Now Wilson lines it up and hits. Liliana Wilson with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
I'm going to say the last one looked like her dad shooting it. That time looking like her mom shooting it.
That was the first points of the quarter for Upperman, and they lead by 45 points.
Is that good?
Not bad. 3 on the other end. Good. Splashed home by Addison Nichols with the answer for Cannon County. 5 bringing it up. Sends it left side to Butler. Carr. Under a minute to play tonight. Hayes. Now 5. Lines it up. Bella 5 says, my turn. That one's no good. Rebound down. Aspen Hayes resets into the corner. She'll line up the 3. No good. Rebound punched into the air by Nichols. Out of play. Well, and they'll give it to Cannon County. 43 seconds to go. Muse bringing it ahead, 77-35. A dominant victory tonight for the Lady Bees from Baxter in their final regular season game. Muse throws up the runner good. Naomi Muse playing hard to the final horn. 22 seconds. Jace McWilliams says go. Wilson looking for her second. That one a bit too strong. Rebound down. Cannon County with it. 12 seconds to go. Pass sent backwards. Riley to Muse. 5 seconds for Muse. 3 at the horn. No good, and that will do it. Upperman gets it done by 40 tonight. Final score, Lady Bees 77, Lionettes 37. We welcome you into the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store postgame show. Jacob, it was over about 3 minutes into the game. Upperman handled their business, took care of it in the rematch, and now turn their attention towards a brutal run through Class 3A in the postseason.
Had a great start to the game and then really extended the lead midway through that first quarter and put it out of reach. 35 points in that first frame, and it was pretty much over from that point. Like you said, it started with Gracie Butler, and then it was Taylor Delenti, and then Gracie Butler was able to finish it off offensively. Those two players absolutely tremendous in this basketball game, and you said it, momentum is the word for this Upperman team going into this week and getting ready for Saturday when they get ready to face Sparta in the District 7 3A semifinals. This is exactly the type of performance that you wanted for Coach McWilliams getting ready for that district tournament.
Cannon County falls to 12-13 on the season. Next up for them Thursday against the Smith County Lady Owls in the 6-2A semifinal round. Upperman improves to 22-7. Next up for them Saturday, a date with the White County Warriorettes, round number 3. Let's do it. 3 o'clock at Cookeville High School in the semifinal round of the district tournament. Scoring from this game is as follows. Taylor Delenti in 3 quarters of action, 33 points, including 8 triples in the contest. Gracie Butler, 26 points. Another dominant performance for number 22. 6 points for Maggie Butler, 5 for Sadie South, and 2 apiece for Bella Phi and, 2 for Bella Phi and 3 long-range triple for Liliana Wilson for a team total of 77. You got 2 choices tonight. It's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game.
And I've been kind of battling with it. I mean, those 2 players, and Gracie Butler and Taylor Delenti, equally impressive performances. I think I'm going to go Taylor Delenti in this one. 8 threes is just ridiculous, but a big tip of the cap to Gracie Butler defensively and able to get the scoring done on both sides in both halves. But Taylor Delenti, a tremendous performance, and, well, she was a second-team all-conference performer, looking like a first-teamer there in that performance.
Taylor Delenti, the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game tonight. Upperman dominates their way into the postseason. That'll do it in part 1. Part 2, a boys matchup. As you just learned, different things can happen in rematches. Cannon County going to have a chip on their shoulder tonight, a little bit healthier. Ty Cobb and the Bees trying to send the home crowd happy in the regular season finale. We'll step aside for about a 10 or 12-minute intermission. Come back with all the action. Much more to come from Baxter. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back in. It's time for the second half of our doubleheader as Upperman takes on Cannon County. This is the Crouch Team at Highlands Lake Real Estate pregame show. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. Happy to be along with you. One final regular season game for the reigning Class 3A state champion Bees, and they are trying to make sure they don't have a letdown spot. Throttled this Lions team on Friday night by 47. It was 87-40. They led by 30 at halftime. It was a jam-packed house, and Upperman took care of business. But this is a Cannon County team, the 8th-ranked 2A team in the state for a reason. They're better than the performance they put on Friday night. Upperman better be prepared for a hungry team, or else they'll find themselves in a very different sort of ball game.
It's a very experienced Cannon County team, a very good team a year ago, very good team this year as well. They've already got 20 wins on the season, so losing by 47, very uncharacteristic for them. So you want to imagine that's going to happen again. I think a lot of different factors, a great environment. You were there on Friday night. Everybody was there to see Ty Cobb, and he showed out in that basketball game, and they kind of put it away at halftime. So for Cannon County, you're going to want to see a better performance out of them. And what kind of energy do you see from the Bees the second time around as well? You played so well in that first game. Now you're back at home. It's the final game of the regular season before you start your district tournament coming up on Saturday as well.
Let's get to the South Willow Auto Clinic starting lineups. First for the Cannon County Lions with a record of 20 victories and 7 losses. They're the number 8-ranked 2A team in the state of Tennessee. Starting for the Lions tonight, number 4, Anderson Lara. He did not play on Friday night. Number 5, Eli Garrett. Number 10, Cale Sellers. Number 11, Miles Alexander. And number 23, Lucas Phillips. Their opponents tonight, the Upperman Bees under head coach Bobby McWilliams with a record of 23 victories and 5 losses. They're the consensus number 1 ranked team in the state of Tennessee, and they're the number 1 ranked team in the Upper Cumberland. Starting tonight for the Bees, number 0, Mr. Basketball, and the new 2-time defending Player of the Year in the Upper Cumberland, Ty Cobb. Number 1, Joseph Maynard. Number 2, Jack Torrance. Number 22, Collier Bush. And number 24, Colton Johnson. Jacob, you missed 6 weeks. I'll key in on something. The Bees are the best team in the state in Class 3A right now, and they're led by the best player who's looking to put on a show here in one final regular season game.
Is Ty Cobb still pretty good?
He's still really good.
Out there on the floor?
He's still out there.
The chances.
Let us know in the comments who you are, where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Cannon County in their row maroon jerseys and shorts, white numbers and letters. Upperman in their home white uniforms, white shorts. Gold numbers on the front and the back with that black U with the B in the center of it across the chest. Upperman will attack left to right when we get underway. Lead official walks it in, throws it up, and threw it kind of in the direction of Joseph Maynard. He took it with him, and Upperman goes to work offensively. Ty Cobb had 22 in the first half and then kind of cruised in distributor mode in the second, 29 in the first matchup on Friday. They go in Colton Johnson. He had a huge performance. No Joseph Maynard right there for the putback is good.
Yeah, a really good job by Maynard, able to get the follow after a great cut by Johnson, who's able to go up and in.
Joseph Maynard, 3rd team All-Upper Cumberland. Colton Johnson, 1st team All-Upper Cumberland and on the defensive team. Ty Cobb, Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, as the 3 is no good. The putback, though, is no good as well. Rebound down to Cobb, and here comes Upperman again. Cobb dumps it ahead to Maynard. Goes into the low block, dumps it over. That one ricocheted twice. Last touch by Johnson, and it'll go back to the Lions of Cannon County.
Now, good hands there by the Lions, staying out in the lane the whole time, get the deflection, and able to get the basketball back.
We're 45 seconds in, 2-0 Upperman on the 2 for Joseph Maynard. Lara brings it up, tries to weave through traffic. They're hoping he helps them a little bit to handle the pressure of the Bees. A ton of turnovers for Cannon County on Friday. Really nothing went right for them in that game. As Alexander, their best player, just passed 1,000 career points as a sophomore on Tuesday against Smith County. Gives back, 3 ball on the way, and he hits. Miles Alexander looking for a bounce back, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, I can see why he's got 1,000 as a sophomore.
It was a 5-2 game in Woodbury, and then Upperman went off as Johnson gives to Maynard. Now back Jack Torrance. He lines it up and hits. JT with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Well, that's what makes this Upperman team so dangerous. When you've got Jack Torrance, you've got Collier Bush, you've got those other guys knocking down shots, especially outside, and you can open up avenues inside for Colton Johnson, Joseph Maynard, and Ty Cobb. Really difficult to slow him down.
Alexander fires a pass. That one's intercepted. It's Colton Johnson. He taps it back to Cobb. Ahead to Johnson, who drives in and lays it up and in. Defense into offense. Johnson and Cobb, the 2-man game. It's 7-3.
And he talked about on Friday for Cannon County, struggled to handle the pressure of the Bees. An early turnover there leading to an easy bucket.
And now a foul for a hand check as going by was Lara, and they're going to get Ty Cobb for a personal. It's his first. Of course, he really never is in foul trouble. That would be a big problem if he gets there for Upperman. And as a Monday game, not many going on, an opportunity for other coaches to be here. Macon County's head coach is here. We'll see if maybe it's his first time getting an opportunity to see the Bees in person this year. Of course, that's a potential region opponent for Upperman. Right side, Alexander has it against Torrance. 7-3 the score, Bees with the lead. Alexander drives in, gets free, throws the runner up, popped out, no. Maynard has the rebound, and here comes Upperman. Maynard into the front court. Sends it across to Torrance. Torrance back to Johnson. No shots yet for Cobb. Skip pass to Maynard. Maynard dumps it into Johnson. Johnson, overhand feeds Bush. He lines up the three. Can't hit. Rebound. Johnson right there. Puts it up and he's fouled. Eli Garrett, quarterback of the football team, commits the personal. And this will be 2 free throws. Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for Colton Johnson.
And obviously there's always going to be a defender on Ty, so that's going to open up more stuff for the other guys. And Colton Johnson and Kyler Bush have done a great job so far. They're really moving the ball well. And that's something that Upperman and Coach McWilliams does a really good job of, is distributing the basketball around and not just focusing in on Ty. Obviously, they know he can go get a bucket. They know he can handle the basketball. But when everybody else can get involved, it just makes him so much more dangerous.
Colton Johnson just about 50% on the line this year. Missed the front end, but hits the second. He now has 3 points, and it's an 8-3 lead, and Alexander wasn't ready as Phillips right there gives to Cobb, puts it up, no. Rebound knocked out of play, and it's going to stay with the Bees. And Alexander telling his teammate, I need that pass outside. He can't give it right there when the defense is right behind me. Cobb to inbound from the baseline here. 5:18 to go in the first. It's 8-3. Gives it to Maynard. He lines up the three and hits. Joseph Maynard with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Upperman ahead by 8, and Cobb is scoreless. Lara drives, contorting shot, spins around and through.
Now on that last possession for Maynard, that's about the easiest three he's ever going to have. Nobody was on him on the inbounds. I don't know how that happens.
Maynard has it here. Anderson Lara on the other side with his first points. Hopefully for Cannon County, that's a spark as Phillips gives it out to Maynard. He'll drive inside. Maynard sends it back to Cobb. He lines up the three. He's been red hot from here, and he rains it home. Ty Cobb with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Yeah, PDK gave us the stats in the last 5 games. I think he's shooting like 80-some% north of that in the last 5, something like that.
He's been unconscious as the three on the other end. No offensive rebound, swiped away by Carmine Phillips. He gives over to Cobb. In the last 5 games, Ty Cobb is 15 of 27 for three-point land.
Okay, so not 80%.
56%.
But still.
He's 65% from the floor. Speaking of, lines up another three. Can't get this one. Rebound down. And Cannon County with the basketball down 9. Cobb bodies up as there's a drive and kick into the corner. Alexander. Phillips was the best Lion by a mile on Friday night. He has a shot fake, drives in, throws up the contorting runner. No. Colton Johnson has the rebound, and here come the Bees again. Maynard works over Phillips. Stays right there in front. Maynard sends it to Johnson. Carmine Phillips now to Cobb. Thought about another one. He's clearly in three-point mode right now. Phillips goes to Johnson. Now Cobb is open. He will line up this three, and that one's no good off front iron. Rebound down. Here comes Cannon County. Quick run out. Here's Lara. Foot race. Lara lays it up and in.
It's a heck of a pass. Full court pass on the bounce pass leads to a timeout taken by the Bees. And able to cut the lead in half, though. Make it 14-7.
Quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. And Bobby McWilliams was not happy. He pointed at Lofton Crouch and said, go to the table. We'll see who he's checking out. He had to do this against Stone. He took Cobb out. They had a spirited discussion and then put him right back in, and he went off. I don't know if he's upset with Ty particularly, but he's upset with somebody. And this gives us an opportunity to tell you that the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Family owned and operated for over 5 decades, the South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for your auto repair needs. 3:36 to go in the first quarter. Upperman's lead is 7 here, trying to sweep the home and home with the Cannon County Lions.
Home and home, 2 days apart.
Why not?
Not too often you see that. Unless it's a makeup or something.
Exactly. Yeah, this was an additional game. They were already going to play in Woodbury. Both teams needed an extra game. So they said, hey, let's just do it this way, as that one's tipped out of play, and it'll stay on this end with Upperman. And Cobb is off the floor with a breather, as is Maynard. Sism also checked out. So it's Bush, Johnson, Crouch, Torrance, and Phillips. 5 on the floor for Upperman. Bush gives it to Jack Torrance. Now right side, Bush. Torrance skips it over to that secondary UHS logo where Lofton Crouch awaits. Crouch. Johnson over to Torrance. He'll line up the three, looking for his second. No rebound at the front of the iron down to Alexander. And here comes Miles Alexander in transition. He's going to pull up off the dribble. Can't hit. Rebound Crouch. Here comes Upperman with a 7-point lead. 3 to play in the first. Crouch gives to Phillips. Now right side Torrance. Torrance skips it back Bush. Left wing Crouch. Phillips to Bush. In rhythm. Online. No good. Too strong. Johnson fighting for the rebound. Has it. Wrestles it away. Shot fake. Puts it up and he's fouled. Zeke Walkup will pick up his first, and Colton Johnson goes back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2.
It's a 4-star tight end right there. He's showing off the physicality underneath, able to wrestle it away. Not officially a 4-star.
I mean, he's at least a 4-star tight end, no doubt about it. As Ty Cobb back at the table after a quick breather. First one no good for Johnson. Cobb checking in for Phillips.
But just showing off the physicality, able to wrestle that basketball away. Nice shot fake as well to get the defender in the air.
I looked at you, I was like, did I miss the news?
Not an official.
It's going to be, at least, as Johnson's next free throw spins off right.
No.
Long drought here.
Not officially a 4-star. 4-star by the Jacob Vincent
the
recruiting
UCR rankings. Yeah,
company.
No doubt. Jacob Vincent Recruiting Company. Brand new. Into the low block walk-up. Goes underneath, put a little English on it. No. Crouch tipped the rebound. Johnson was out, so possession stays with Cannon County.
Just waiting on that Coach Signetti offer.
He took a visit.
He did.
Finn Sism checking in.
We'll take him.
Yeah.
Who knows what quarterback's going to be throwing to him.
Pass tipped by Cobb, right to Sism. Here they come. Torrance in the front court. Torrance. Left side for Collier Bush. Now he'll fire it into Cobb. Into the baseline, tic-tac-toe. Colton Johnson for 2 more.
Just a very unselfish ball club is this Upperman team. Able to always get that extra pass and wide open underneath is Colton Johnson for the bucket.
Kind of a sleepy start, and you look up at the scoreboard. It's 16-7 with under 2 to go. That pass tipped by Sism out of play, and it'll stay with the Lions.
Because of that right there, defensively, they've been so stout early on. I think that's why Coach McWilliams was so upset about that transition bucket earlier. That was their easiest bucket of the ball game, and they didn't get a hand in there to slow it down.
Miles Alexander bringing it up here against the 2-3 of the Bees. Now Phillips back to Alexander. 1:45 to go in the first quarter. 16-7 our score. Alexander gives to Lara, back to him. From the top of the key, dumps it right side Hatfield, back to Alexander, over to Lara. Bush jumps in front, Lara on the drive, throws the runner up. Tough shot, banked it in.
That's just kind of jumped up in the air, didn't know what to do with it, and threw it near the window and got it to fall.
Mentioned he didn't play on Friday, and Lara has 6 points in the first quarter, keeping him in it. Here's Torrance. He'll send it back to Cobb. Cobb to Maynard. Now he looks for Sism. That one was tipped and stolen away. Now stolen right back by Cobb. He's fouled on the floor. Wipe off the bucket. Lara commits his first. It's the team's third.
You just got to know where he is on both sides of the floor. Doesn't matter if you're on defense or offense.
Bush inbounds to Cobb, who puts it up off the front of the iron. No Sism with the offensive rebound. His putback won't go. Upperman really cold from the field. Still lead by 7. A minute to go in the first. Lara left side. Drives into Torrance, who got to the spot. Back Alexander. Alexander bounces that one just past the outstretched arms of Cobb. Now into the mid-range, skying up Phillips, and he rattles it home. Lucas Phillips with the jumper, and it's 4 straight for Cannon County. They're back within 5.
Yeah, good little response here by the Lions. Get within those 5 points, taking advantage of the Upperman misses on the offensive side.
Torrance skips it over to Bush. Now left side Maynard. Offensive intensity not quite there right now for the Bees. Here's Cobb. Squares up, flies away. Can't hit. Another near miss. Sism offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the putback. Walkup, who got into foul trouble on Friday, is in it again. 2 fouls off the bench. And Finn Sism will go to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line.
He's come in for Colton Johnson, who's now back at the scores table and giving great minutes here so far in these couple of minutes. Couple of offensive boards. He made a deflection out of bounds, and we'll see if he can get some points on the board.
Bobby McWilliams talked about how they went through some growing pains, ensuring that they were going to manufacture some depth with Finn Sism, Carmine Phillips, and Lofton Crouch. They've started to find their stride, and that gives them big answers off the bench with a couple of guards and a big. As Johnson checks back in, Torrance will check out, and this is their big lineup with both on the floor at once, and Colton Johnson has an offensive rebound. Gives to Bush. Now Cobb activates, steps through, finger roll, and one. Ty Cobb doing Ty Cobb things, and he's looking for three.
I didn't know if we were going to get the hammer or not there. Instead, he likes to go with the finger roll, draws the foul, and finishes anyways. Has a chance to complete the three-point play.
Personal on Hatfield, his first, team's fifth. 20 seconds to go in the frame. Cobb to the line. And he gets the free throw to go. 6 in the quarter for Ty Cobb. Into the front court for Lucas Phillips. A 9-point lead for the Bees. Phillips goes in on Bush. Turnaround jumper on its way. No. 5 seconds still. Rebound out of bounds. It'll go to the Bees, and they'll have an opportunity for a couple of dribbles and a shot with 3.4 to go.
Yeah, plenty of time if you can pass the ball quickly, and smart by Cannon County here, going to bring some full court pressure.
Maynard's wide open. He has time, gives to Johnson, lines up the three at the buzzer. No. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Upperman 20, Cannon County 11. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They are also proud to sponsor Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing's Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Be sure to stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood, or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Amanette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
to 11, Upperman leads after one against Cannon County. Battle between two top 10 teams in their respective classes. Cannon County number 8 in Class 2A. Upperman number 1 in Class 3A, and the second straight year where they've gone wire to wire in the Upper Cumberland. Should have gone wire to wire last year in the class, but they did. Actually, they did. It's the second straight year they've gone wire to wire in both statewide and Upper Cumberland polls in the regular season. Phillips sends it back left side, Lara. Lara drives in, contorts, puts it up, and good. Anderson Lara, he has 8 points. He has kept Cannon County in the basketball game.
Now, you mentioned him not playing on Friday. He's absolutely made a difference here in this one.
Here's Cobb. He'll hop it over to right side. Torrance lines it up, can't hit. Bush right there for the tip in.
It's those games of 42 or helps you out on the tips. Got to get it in one try. Nice job there by Bush.
6 Bs have scored so far as Alexander skies up and rattles it home. Miles Alexander capitalizing. He now has 5 points, and it's a 7-point game.
Cannon County just sticking around, just trying to get a couple of stops to string together.
Cobb sends left side. Bush, now Johnson. Back out to Torrance. Torrance to Maynard. Open in the mid-range. He'll sky up. Can't hit. Little short. A lot of shots off the front of the rim right now for the Bees.
Joseph Maynard can add that to his bag of tricks. Good luck.
Alexander to Phillips. He'll line up the three and hits. Lucas Phillips splashes home the tray, and Cannon County showing it's a new game. 4 points, the gap now.
Yeah, cut it down to 2 possessions. This is as close as it has been in this ball game.
Cobb to Torrance. Now to Maynard. Spins, bounces back to Torrance. Now Bush. Over to Maynard. Back to Bush. Left side Torrance. He'll find Johnson. Fires a fastball to Bush. Into Maynard. Looking Cobb's way, now he'll send it to him. Phillips right there in front of Cobb. He'll check back towards the sideline, tries to reach around. Cobb has it on a string. Lara claps his hands. Oh, this is a foolish decision. There goes Cobb. He'll drive inside, and he's fouled, puts it up on the floor. Cobb wants the continuation. Lara picks up his second personal. Don't do that, young man. 22-18 the score.
Not advisable.
Don't do that. It's the first team foul against Cannon County. Torrance with it from the wing. Alexander there defensively. Back to Bush. Cobb off a screen, can't get it to him. Bush gives in to Johnson instead. Now he will get it to Cobb. Phillips in front, Cobb jumps it over to Torrance. He'll line up the three and hits JT with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three.
Got really a big screen set on that weak side as well there on the baseline to open up Torrance on the outside and knock it down. And nice pass as well from the opposite wing by Cobb.
Joseph Maynard stood his ground. They were trying to fight through, and the sideline wanted a call. The official says nope, he's staying straight. Jumper up on the other end, no. Fight for the rebound. Johnson has it. And the Bees leading by 7, trying to stretch. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Torrance sends it to Bush. Bush back to Torrance. Now Maynard. Turning mid-range jumper. He hits. Joseph Maynard with 2 more. And Upperman's offense starting to get rolling now, 27-18.
Like I said, if he can add that, especially with the length that he's got, you can't guard it.
He's been really good here recently. Alexander skies up, and he'll hit the long mid-range too. Miles Alexander has 7 in the first half. It's 27-20. Here's Cobb sizing up Lara. He'll toss it back left side to Torrance. Now Maynard dumps it over for Johnson. He's hit. Nope. Blocked. They'll say clean.
Good.
Knocked out of bounds. Possession back the other way to Cannon County. 4:36 to go in the first half. 27-20.
The energy of the gym is not quite matching what we're seeing on the floor right now.
No, and it's not quite matching what happened on Friday night either. Right. That was a very interesting gymnasium. Great atmosphere as Alexander has it right side. Tries to go on Bush, who stays in front. Kick over left side, Phillips. He'll drive against Maynard. Now back out Alexander. Dumps it over to Lara. Cobb jumps right to him. Back out Alexander. 4:05 to go in the first half. Alexander skips it left side to Phillips. Phillips against Torrance, drives and a hold, and it's going to go against Phillips.
And Coach McWilliams thought it was an offensive foul.
It is. It's an offensive foul on Phillips. Because he grabbed a hold of Jack Torrance on his way past. And you saw that earlier.
I think that's the right
they
call,
actually
too.
pulled his jersey earlier, and Coach McWilliams saw it. He wasn't happy, and that time the call was made. On the other side, Cannon County not thrilled about it as we head under 4 to play in the second quarter. Cobb fires it to Johnson from the baseline. Johnson to Ryland Case, who's into Cobb. He'll touch it to Johnson, who goes up and one. Colton Johnson with the lay and has an opportunity at a 3-point play.
That's a tough foul for Cannon County as well. If you're going to foul Colton Johnson, you got to make him pay, and he's just unable to do so that time. That time just kind of to the brush against the top of the head, gets the foul call, and he's going to finish that 9 times out of 10.
Joe Sellers called for the personal, and Johnson can stretch it to their largest lead of the game if he makes this one, which he does. A 10-point Upperman advantage now, and a timeout going to be called by Cannon County with 3:42 to go in the second quarter. Thompson Machinery and the Cat Rental Store, your one-stop shop for our dirt machinery and aerial equipment needs. Located at the new facility at 4314 Academy Road in Cookeville. They're a Caterpillar dealer who rents, sells, service, and provide parts. For rental needs, call Lane at 931-267-6380. And to buy, call Lucas at 931-979-5050. Back in 30 seconds.
Looking for weekend lunch and dinner plans? Since 1971, Nick's Restaurant has been locally owned and operated. From mouth-watering prime rib to delectable ice cream pie, Nick's has it all. Their cozy atmosphere and great service will make you feel right at home. Plus, their banquet space is perfect for any event. Visit them at 895 South Jefferson Avenue or online at nickscookville.com. Nick's Restaurant is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
.342 to go in the second quarter. The Bees on a 6-0 run. They lead Cannon County 30-20. Jacob, when Ty Cobb only has 6 points and Upperman leads by 10, that is bad news for the opponent.
It's not a great feeling. He had it down to 4 points just a little bit ago, and then he mentioned that 6-0 run put on by the Bees, up now by 10. And like you said, Cobb really hadn't had to get it going just yet offensively. It's been all the other Bees playing great so far. Colton Johnson's been really good. Joseph Maynard's been really good. Torrance and Bush have each hit a couple of shots as well.
We can retire whatever that music was they played in that timeout.
They like their instrumentals here.
I like the instrumental, but not that one. That one sent me into a nervous twitch. As a foul will be called on the floor here against the Bees. It goes on Carmine Phillips. That is his first, team's first. 3:31 to go in the second quarter. Upperman will face the winner of White County and Livingston. Those two will play in a playing game on Friday night at Cookeville. The Bees will play on Saturday night at Cookeville High School. We, of course, will have coverage of it. As Alexander drives, and we'll have another hand check. This time it's Rylan Case who picks it up.
You know what I can't wait for? When Cookeville gets to host something.
Instead of going to Coffee County.
And that last year, Lebanon was actually kind of nice last
Coffee
year.
Coffee County's a wide way out, but that's
before that, it's been, multiple different
Narnia.
places. Yeah.
Before it's going to go to Lincoln County next year. Watch, instead of being Cookeville. Alexander drives, skies up, and banked it in. The bank is open today for Canyon County. Both the boys and the girls are using it, and it's working. 30-22.
Been able to get some of these timely shots. Now cut it within 8. Stop the scoring run, but you got to string together these stops.
Cobb barrels inside. Ton of contact. Cobb can't believe there was no call. Rebound tipped out of play. It'll stay with the Bees.
And I actually think that was pretty good defense that time by Canyon County. Able to stay pretty vertical on the drive. You know Cobb wants to get there, beat him to the spot. Able to stay straight up for the most part.
And he is talking to the official. He's not happy about it. He disagrees with you, Jacob, as Cobb will inbound here. 2:59 to go in the first half. Torrance sends it over to Bush. Now back Torrance. Into Johnson. Johnson spins. Bush has to jump over to grab that pass. Back into Johnson. He'll dump it back to Phillips. Hands off to Cobb, who skies up and lays it in. Ball movement everywhere for the Bees. Cobb now has 8.5. Left side Lara with it.
It's a tremendous pass from Carmine Phillips.
Ty averaging 29.5 a game. Could be averaging more. But some of these games have gotten out of hand as there's another turnover. Johnson tipped it. Bush now has it. Ahead to Torrance. Back to Bush. Torrance. Johnson really quarterbacking things from the middle of the floor. Bush gives back to Torrance. Now Cobb and Phillips are both there. Kick out to Bush, who's somehow open. Lines it up. Can't hit. Johnson right there for the offensive rebound. Back to Bush. He'll skip it to Torrance. Pass fake. Hits the three, no good off the heel. Rebound tipped out. Now numbers if they hurry. Lara does. Lara going to take it himself. Torrance, great defense. Rebound down to Ty Cobb. Here comes Cobb. He barrels in. Alexander shoulders it, put it up. No good, but a foul. Ty Cobb's had about enough. He'll go to the line for 2. They're going to get the call this time on Eli Garrett. It's his second.
How about Jack Torrance at the other end, fully expecting the Euro step, able to play it perfectly in that 2-on-1 situation and able to get the stop, and then you're able to go down to the other side. Cobb's able to get the call this time and try to extend that lead from 10 to 11 or maybe 12.
That time he had a big argument. There was shoulder-to-shoulder contact right there as he flies away and hits the first free throw at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 6 different Bees have scored. Cobb leads them with 9, but Johnson right there with 8. Joseph Maynard has 7. Jack Torrance has 6. His coaching staff going to like that balance offensively. And Cobb goes 2 for 2. An 85% free throw shooter.
That'll play.
And he's now attempted 242 on the season.
That's absurd.
Most people don't score 242 points in a season.
Yeah.
Pass over right side to Lara. Now let's swing it over left side. Phillips weaving through traffic, throws up the runner. Canyon County's been killing them with those runners. Another one good for Lucas Phillips. He's got 7.5. 90 seconds to go in the second. Torrance gives to Maynard. Now Torrance. Cobb floats it into Johnson. Johnson jumps back, can't get the lay to go, and then commits the foul as him and Walkup went up for the rebound. That will be the first on Colton Johnson, second team foul on the Bees.
Yeah, that's just a frustration one right there. You missed the shot and then unable to get the rebound afterwards, and defender in the way. Just that's kind of what happened. Just got in the way there, and Johnson just kind of displaced him.
Scratch it, make it the third team foul on Upperman as Torrance checks out and Crouch will come in. Busy rest of the week. Tomorrow night we mentioned Cookeville, Warren County. Wednesday we will have the standard edition of the UCR basketball show presented by Fire and Vine. As a drive-in, Lara has a step. Body's hitting the floor, and Anderson Lara has 10 points. He's made a difference in the rematch. Didn't play on Friday, and now it's an 8-point game again. And now Canyon County trying to fire themselves up on defense.
Well, finally a little bit of energy. They've been sticking around pretty much the whole first half. That's the first time their bench has really gotten loud.
Maynard gives back to Crouch. Crouch shot fake, hands off to Cobb. Cobb against Lara, steps through and he's fouled. And this will be 2 free throws upcoming. It's a foul. Layup picks up his third. Big call. And Ty Cobb goes to the Sonia Brown with America Real Estate free throw line, and there's the tech. And it's the demonstrative. Coach clapping his hands and going wild, and he gets stuck. So this is going to be 4 free throws and the ball for Ty Cobb. And if you're Cannon County, you got the momentum a little bit here, down 8. You can't give them a reason.
Yeah.
You just cannot give them a reason for that. And now Cobb has 4 and the ball.
Yeah, no matter what calls are going which way, it's just got to try to stay as level-headed as possible.
Cobb hits the first. I mean, they juiced up a little bit. You're going to go into the locker room. You're trying to get a stop. You get the foul called, which was a foul, and then the tech, and that just sucks all the air out of the gym. Next one, no good for Cobb. He'll have 2 more. And they'll clear him out because Upperman will still get the ball. And because they're into the bonus. It was not a shooting foul, but the 5th team foul against Cannon County. The interesting thing about that one is how quickly, and I'm not sure if that was the intention for Cannon County, the energy exploded up after that make. Everybody started clapping, going in, and then you had the quick foul, and you saw the anger right off of it. It was kind of flat. We were talking about that, and then it popped, and now it's a 11-point game, and the ball goes back to Upperman.
Yeah, that's a huge swing right there, the 3 points, and then you get the possession as well. So,
hey, coach is going to have to take a seat.
Probably hadn't been teed up before.
Well, that's not the officials. That's the standard rule. You get teed up, you got to sit down. Cobb will bring it up. 40 seconds to go in the second. Not sure I had a technical foul on my bingo card tonight. Right side Bush goes into Cobb. Cobb driving through traffic, puts the shot up, spins it around and through. And all of a sudden, Ty Cobb has 5 points on the possession.
Yeah.
13-point game.
That's a killer right there.
Up 8, or down 8. Your team's in it. Bang. Upperman's ahead by 13. Skip pass over left side Phillips. 16 seconds to go in the frame. Alexander. Floating back. Loses his footing, able to gather. Maynard bodies him up into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Tough shot won't go. Cobb on the rebound. Here comes Cobb again. 2 seconds and he's fouled. Gary and Gibbs got him really the whole way, and Cobb will go back to the Sonia Brown with American Real Estate free throw line for 2 more.
Yeah, I'm surprised they let that go as long as they did. I figured they called on that first initial contact.
And I'm sorry. I don't get the objections from Cannon County because there was a lot of physical play pretty early in this quarter that they let go on. You saw Cobb be frustrated. Eventually, the calls are going to come as the first free throw is good for Cobb. And I'm the first one who'll jump on an official, let's be honest. 40-26, 1.3 seconds to go in the second. Good. 2 for 2 for Cobb. And all of a sudden, Ty has 17 points in the half.
And it's a 15-point lead.
In under a minute. And that brings us to halftime. A 7-0 run for Upperman to end the frame in the final minute of action. We'll head into the halftime locker room. Upperman 41, Cannon County 26. We'll have Dana McWilliams on the other side during the Happy Hiller halftime show. This is Upperman basketball, presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Real Estate Collective is a team of experienced, licensed real estate agents serving the entire Upper Cumberland region. Whether you are looking to buy or sell, the RICO team is ready to serve you. With a focus on people over profits, you can rest assured the Real Estate Collective can help make your real estate dreams a reality. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and get your vehicle serviced by their highly trained professionals. Right now, you can save money on oil changes, regular maintenance, and battery installation. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
Time for the Happy Hiller halftime show. Visit happyhiller.com to see how our friends at Hiller can help solve your plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. At the break, 41-26, Upperman with the lead, trying to sweep the doubleheader because the Lady Bees rolled earlier on tonight, 77-37. We're joined by Upperman head coach Dana McWilliams. Coach, I want your thoughts, but 35-6 in the first quarter, you set the tone, you get a big win. Have to imagine you're pretty pleased with how the regular season finale went tonight.
Definitely happy for the girls. It was really nice, for last regular season home game for these seniors, and they really, all three of them really stood out and shined tonight. It was just a great team effort all around, but nice to see those three finish their regular season here with a really good win.
You got the win on Friday night, didn't shoot the ball particularly well in that game. That's happened at times. That was not the case tonight, and Taylor came out red hot, 4 triples. Gracie Butler at 13 in the first quarter as well. Seemed like that got everybody going, just seeing it go through the hoop a few times early.
Yeah, it was nice, and it wasn't just Taylor. I think Maggie hit a couple in there. Sadie hit one. I don't know, would he have 35 in the first quarter
35
maybe?
in the
Yeah.
first quarter. That's a rarity.
Yeah, that doesn't happen a lot. But, we've been talking. We know that we have a lot of offense when we can get it going and get it all together. It was nice to see it kind of come together tonight. Just really proud of them and their effort. They've been working hard. We've had some up and downs in the season, and it's not been easy for us. And we've won some really tough games and still not shot as well. So we're just going to keep the same mindset and keep working. And we also had to play without TT tonight. She got hurt in shoot around today. So it is what it is, I guess. But hopefully she'll be back. There was no sense. We tried to get her go. She didn't feel like she could go tonight. So looking forward to having her back as well.
I've heard you've coached a few seasons now at this point. And in my time here, you've had some years where you're rolling into the postseason, some years where not winning at all. Right now, you've won 3 of your last 4, but district play was a little bit up and down at times. What does the mentality have to be now? Everybody's record goes to 0-0. You go into a district tournament. It's a weird format in the postseason where you're insured into the region. For you, what's the mentality as you gear up for really when the real season begins here in February?
Well, when I was younger, every single game, it just meant everything, and the regular season, everything, and it still does mean a lot. Don't get me wrong. I hate losing, but I'm understood a little bit more, and if you can get yourself and get prepared and be ready coming into tournament time to try to make a good strong run and be playing at your best at that time. And you don't always, as coaches say, well, you don't want to peak at the wrong time, but you don't always get to decide that as a coach. Sometimes your teams just peak, and they play really well, and there's always just a little bit of a letdown. So I feel like we're going in the right direction on that. I think our approach is just like it is in the regular season. I mean, we're going to take one game at a time. We know we play Saturday. We know we play at 3 o'clock. We know it's White County, and we're not going to look past there. So we're just going to take it one game at a time. We're going to try to give our best. We've got a few days here to prepare, and that's how we'll approach it.
To that point, you being in that 2-3 matchup, your opponents. White County split with them in the regular season, each one in your own buildings. Now you go to a neutral floor over at Cookeville. How about the challenges White County team presents, and then the challenges of this team facing them for a third time, but you and Coach Dodgen have faced each other a whole lot. These girls have faced each other a whole lot, and what that entails into the tournament.
Yeah, and Coach Dodgen and I faced each other a lot when he was at Cannon County. So we don't have as many games as Leslie, Coach Riddle, and I do against each other, but we have a lot. And so, there's really no secrets out there, right? We know how each other plays, got a lot of respect for them and their program, and we're expecting a tough game. They're a solid team. They're number 2 in the state. I think Stone is number 1 right now. We were number 1. White County was number 1, which says a lot about this district. I mean, they're it's challenging, and it's sometimes it's taxing mentally to be in this district where every night is a challenge, and there's no easy games out there. But White County, they're solid, no doubt. They're ranked number 2 for a reason. So we know we're going to have to bring our A game with us, and of course I'm certain they're going to want to do the same.
White County and Upperman face off 3 o'clock at Cookville on Saturday. We'll be there for it. Lady Bees victorious 77-37. Coach, congratulations and thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Upperman Football on UCR. Located at 755 Buffalo Valley Road in Cookville, Gentry's Power Equipment is your local steel dealer. With a huge selection of outdoor power equipment, including chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, mowers, pressure washers, and more. They are your local one-stop shop for high-quality equipment. Locally owned and operated, Gentry's Power Equipment is proud to support Upperman Athletics and UCR. Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Mayberry's Furniture has been family-owned and operated since 1946 and is now serving the Upper Cumberland with locations in both Crossville and Cookville, offering the largest array of solid wood furniture and mattresses in the area. They also provide a best price guarantee and in-house service and delivery. Stop into their 15,000 square foot showroom at 1020 South Willow Avenue in Cookville to see their selection of Amish solid wood, flex steel, Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, and much more today. Mayberry's Furniture is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the high school football game of the week on the UCR Media Network. Box Drop Cookville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookville has been proud to serve Cookville since 2018. Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teeupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Again, our thanks to Danny McWilliams for joining us there during the Happy Hiller halftime show. Upperman leads 41-26 at the break. Ty Cobb with 17 points leading the way. I'm Noah McKay, joined by Jacob Vincent. We're in the Upper Cumberland Generators broadcast booth here in Baxter. Regular season finale for both these teams and for us. Playoffs begin tomorrow. Cookville, Warren County on the main page. Jacob will have all the action for you. I'll be emceeing the Tennessee Tech Quarterback Club kickoff event from Leslie Town Center in Cookville. Excited about both of those things, and then it's on. The real season begins.
Wednesday, we'll break it all down. The UCR Basketball Show presented by Fire and Fine. Kind of the normal UCR Basketball Show coming up on Wednesday. We'll get you ready for all the action Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then, of course, the district championships will be Monday and Tuesday next week.
Upperman basketball as Torrance gives in to Cobb. He'll twist, puts it up, and good. Ty Cobb, he was sitting at 6 points and then went nuclear, as he usually does, and now he has 19.
Yeah, and a lot of it coming at the foul line late in that first half as well to extend his output.
Phillips gives back left side to Alexander. Cannon County was within 8. They were up and energetic on the sideline, on the floor, then a foul, then a tech, and then it ballooned. Still a while to go, but if they're going to have a run, it's got to begin now. Phillips from the left wing. Drives on Maynard, puts the shot up. Tough shot is good for Lucas Phillips.
Seems like everything they've thrown up from the middle of the lane has gone tonight, whether it's banking in, rolling in like that one. They've been tough shots, but they've been able to get them to fall.
Maynard gives over to Torrance. Now Johnson. He'll skip it back to Bush. With space, passes it up, gives right side instead to Torrance. Now Johnson just moving this defense over to Cobb. He'll spin inside, puts the shot up, and good. Ty Cobb up to 21. Lara. Right side, Alexander. He'll wait. Upperman's lead is 17. Upperman content to let him wait.
They don't want to waste too much time.
Lara did spark him as they were hoping he would, but now it's starting to move against, and a foul will be called on Collier Bush. That'll be Bush's first, team's first. Sideline inbound here for Cannon County. They have high hopes as they enter their District 6 AA tournament. They share the regular season title with Smith County. How about the 2 games those two had?
Probably going to have a couple of more fun games coming up, I think.
They seem destined to meet in the championship game of that district tournament at least. As Alexander, fade away, tough look, good. Miles Alexander up to 11 points.
Tough shot right there.
Much better performance for him, as you would expect a player of his caliber to have. Here's Colton Johnson, gives back to Torrance, into Maynard. Maynard, back out Torrance, back to Maynard. They're giving Joseph Maynard space. Now Torrance gives to Cobb, again in the mid-range. Cobb dumps it over to Johnson. He waits and puts it in.
Just kind of being patient, moving the offense around, moving that defense around, getting open looks, and great play there by Johnson to get the shot fake in the air.
Lara puts the shot up. No Cobb on the rebound. Here he comes. Cobb splits the trap, and he's not going to be happy about the foul call because he was going to go for the tomahawk, but they get the foul in transition.
That's what he's saying, too. Where was that one at?
He wanted some fouls earlier. That's what he doesn't want. And get the call on Sellers. That's his second. Team's first. Torrance has it here left side. 5:20 to go in the third. Bush spins it to Torrance. Now in Cobb. Cobb back to Bush. Fires it to Cobb. Skips it to Bush. Right in the pocket. Lines up the 3. Can't hit. Maynard right there. Tips it up. Won't hit. Another tip for Johnson. No. Fight for the rebound. Loose and a foul for a push. Going to get Colton Johnson, I believe, for his second personal.
Good job by Cannon County, staying with it. Able to rebound the basketball and get 2 hands on it, and then able to draw the foul.
Zeke Walkup picked up a couple of fouls early in relief, so he got a long breather. Now he'll check in. He gives him the size off the bench for this Lions team. Thursday and Friday we'll have action from the Single A tournament in Livingston and the 3A tournament in Cookeville. That's on Friday. Single A's on Thursday and Friday. Lara floats out. If you own a business, you want to be on those broadcasts, send a message to our Facebook page. We'll get you squared away. It is the biggest month of the year for us viewership-wise as the runners up for Alexander. No rebound, down, loose, tipped around, and Bush has it for the Bees. They lead by 17, trying to stretch. Bush goes past Alexander, dumps it over to Torrance. Torrance fires it to Johnson from the elbow. He'll bounce it to Maynard. Joe sends it back out to Torrance. Now Cobb from the free throw line. Cobb pulls up another mid-range jumper, hits. Ty Cobb, 6 in the quarter, 23 in the game.
Yeah, now that lead is 19 as well. It was 8 late in that second quarter, and Upperman has just continued to pour it on ever since.
4 minutes to go in the third. I think Cannon County may look at that moment as a missed opportunity. That's one where it was already going to be a negative play, and it turned into probably a game-losing sequence as the shot-ups may have been blocked by Maynard. The putback walk-up, and he's fouled. Johnson with his hand in the cookie jar.
That's a pretty good play right there. You realize you got the arm kind of cradled over you, so you just take the basketball, go up near the basket, and you're able to get a couple of shots out of it.
Walk-up goes to the line to shoot 2, and that is the third personal on Colton Johnson. He's the only B with multiple fouls. Walkup able to rattle home the first free throw for his first points.
Bees will go to the bench for the first time. A little bit of a breather there. Played a lot of minutes there early on in that third quarter, did the starters.
Phillips and Crouch in, alongside Sism as Bush, Torrance, and Maynard check out. Walkup goes 2 for 2. It's 49-32. Cobb just calmly brings it into the front court. Lara steps to him. Crouch sends over right side. Now he has it. Gives to Sism. Sism dumps it into Johnson. Back to Phillips. Out to Crouch. Open. He lines it up and hits. Lofting Crouch with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
Yeah, I mean, you can't leave a Crouch wide open out there on the floor. It doesn't matter who it is. You just can't do it.
Look up. You see one Crouch's name. They're all related partially. This one, there's another one in middle school who's a stud. Right side. There's several of those in that middle school. Back out. Now a mid-range pull-up jumper. Good. Lucas Phillips mentioned how good he was on Friday. He hits this one. He has 11 and a timeout called on the floor, a full timeout, so we'll take it with it. 3 to go in the third quarter. It's 52-34. Coverage presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Box Drop Cookeville is the easiest way to buy an affordable mattress, specializing in clearance and closeouts directly from the manufacturers. They're able to pass huge savings on to you. Make an appointment to see their warehouse full of selections including big-name hybrid and memory foam alongside traditional springs that are among some of the coolest to touch mattresses on the market. Call Brandon Lane at 931-349-7066 to make your appointment today. Box Drop Cookeville has been proud to serve Cookeville since 2018.
Three minutes to go in the third quarter. Upperman's lead is 52-34. Not many games on the SK Creation scoreboard tonight. White County did go into York and defeated the York Dragonettes. We'll let you know about the boys' game when we hear there from Jamestown. The White County Warriors will be in action on Friday night on the network when they take on Livingston Academy. Boys, that's a play-in game. The girls' side, it'll be Livingston against Cumberland County. And then Saturday, 4 games. All 4 should be great contest, really. And we'll be there for all the action, of course. We also have Tennessee Tech basketball on Thursday night and Saturday, the final 2 Tech home games of the year. Senior day for Reagan Hurst. He's had a great career at Tech. Finally been able to stay on the floor. Here comes Ty Cobb. Cobb sends it over right side to Lofton Crouch. Crouch with 2:45 to go in the third finds Carmine Phillips. Carmine fires past, tipped. Alexander has the steal, and now a 2-on-1. Alexander over to Lara. He'll calmly put it in.
Well, if they're going to get back into it, that's how they got to do it. Turn up the defensive pressure, take advantage of the turnovers, and get the easy buckets on the other end.
And with that in mind, this coaching staff sends Collier Bush back to the table. Going to get more ball handlers on the floor as Cobb walks up towards Lara, gets a Sism screen, jumps up. He'll skip it over to Crouch. I think that started as a shot turned into a pass, and we will have a foul. I think Phillips going to pick up the personal here. He will. That is the second on Lucas Phillips.
Yeah, that's exactly what that was for Cobb. He kind of jumped up, and I think on the way up it got tipped or at least partially deflected, so he didn't have a great handle of the basketball. Wasn't going to be able to get a clean shot off.
Cobb from the baseline to inbound here. He'll dump it over to Johnson. Johnson back to Crouch. Now Bush goes to Cobb. He activates, slicing through, and he's fouled. Ty Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. The block up top was clean, but I believe underneath, and it will go on Hatfield for the body contact. Cobb to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2.
Yeah, it was definitely all ball up top. But like you said, there's 2 defenders there converging on Cobb and able to get some of the body involved.
First one good for Cobb. Kathleen, we will post all the schedules for the postseason once they're done. 7-3A's meeting tomorrow. That's when they'll finalize times and everything. We have a general idea, but they got to fill it out and do their awards and such.
We may even make some graphics on Wednesday and go over them.
First free throw is good for Cobb.
Guess it depends on how motivated
I'll tell you what we would do. We will make the graphics. All the graphics I make, or Goose makes. We make them.
I don't make them.
As Lara's runner's no good, Johnson has the rebound. We make them.
I'm sure I could.
Ourselves.
Yes.
We went to school and learned how to do it. As Crouch sends it over right side to Bush. Bush to Johnson. Back to Bush. Cobb lines it up. Why not? Rains it home. Ty Cobb with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. Ty Cobb from downtown. 57-36 the score. And he is on the doorstep of some more history as Lara drives and kicks into the corner. Baseline drive, underneath shot, no. Rebound down, Johnson has it. Here comes Cobb. Sends it left side to Crouch. Crouch to Bush. Crouch again. Into Johnson. Now Bush wide open. That one's no good. Rebound down Alexander. 1:05 to go in the third. Alexander crosses, drives, throws it up and is fouled. Lofting Crouch commits the personal into the body, and this will be 2 free throws from Miles Alexander. Torrance and Maynard to the table to check in after the first free throw from Miles Alexander. He has 11 points tonight. 21-point game, exactly a minute to go in the third. Already, as we expected, much more competitive than the first game was. As Alexander hits the first, Sissom and Crouch check out for Torrance and Maynard.
Yeah, and I think even more so than what the scoreboard is showing even right now. Even in the second quarter, it was a 4-point game. It was an 8-point game. And then since that point, since it was an 8-point game, and Upperman's just kind of leaned on them ever since and just kind of grinded away to build what was a 21, now 20, and still going to stay at 20 points.
Cobb has another rebound as the second free throw misses for Alexander. And now he'll bring it up. 54 seconds. Left side Bush. Back to Torrance. Now Maynard. Spins. One dribble back to Cobb. Back to Maynard. Now he'll pull up in the mid-range and hits. Joseph Maynard said, hey, Jacob, I've got it in the bag. The mid-range jumper again. It's 59-37.
Yeah, he does indeed. And it's pretty much impossible to guard. When you've got that much length and a nice jump shot in the mid-range, can't guard it. Can't stop it.
Phillips drives in on Torrance, who goes straight up. Nice touch for Lucas Phillips again. 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. 59-39. Cobb going to bring it up, see if he holds for the final shot. Sends it right side to Torrance. They're just going to go. Johnson. Skip pass back to Bush. Now Cobb going to line it up from a mile away. That one's no good. Rebound down. And here they come in transition. Lara spin stolen away by Torrance. 2 seconds. Long three, no, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter here in Baxter. Upperman 59, Canyon County 39. This is Upperman basketball presented by Gentry's Power Equipment on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Tee-Up is the Upper Cumberland's best indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art golf simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. Want to know where you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. They also have plenty of other games to enjoy time with friends. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee-Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
At the Quality Family, we believe care isn't just a service, it's a promise.
Whether you're bouncing back from surgery, navigating a serious illness, or need essential equipment to stay independent,
we provide skilled home health, compassionate hospice, and reliable DME services right where you need them most. At home.
Covering communities in Kentucky and Tennessee, we're in your corner.
The Quality Family. Trusted care right where life happens.
$59-39 Upperman starting to roll and extend their winning streak to 6 games. They'll have won 11 of their last 12 if they hang on here. Leading against the 8th-ranked 2A team in the state, Cannon County, one of their few home games of the season. Upperman's been very, very good in this building. As Walkup is fouled, Johnson on the reach around. That's going to be the 4th on Colton Johnson.
Yeah, that just kind of seemed like it was trending that direction. And they started the post up. He kind of displaces him, and then he's trying to get in front to poke it away. And just like you said, kind of wrapping around the body there, picks up the foul.
Baseline inbound, Alexander catches it through a jumping Bush, sets up, and buries the 3. Miles Alexander now has 15. That's his second triple.
Tough shot right there as well. You got another defender flying at you after getting the blow-by.
Here's Joseph Maynard. He gives to Collier Bush. 17-point game. Cannon County trying to make it interesting. Torrance tosses it into Johnson. Now back out Maynard. Lines up the 3. Can't hit. Long rebound. Run down. Cannon County with a chance here. Here they come in transition again. Pass ahead to Lara. Lara bounces it back to Walkup. Walkup hands off Alexander. He'll let up the 3. Feeling it, and he hits. Miles Alexander back-to-back threes, and the Lions are back within 14.
Yeah, Upperman's got to be a little bit careful. If they're able to knock down a few more of those, make it a 10-point game or within that.
Here's Cobb right side. He'll skip it back left for Torrance. Torrance Over to Bush. Bush to Torrance. Now into Cobb. Triple team. Cobb finds an open Bush. Now Torrance goes to Bush. He'll slice the lane. Bush dumps it into a cutting Maynard, and that is picturesque half-court offense by the Bees.
Yeah, that was perfect from Joseph Maynard. The defense just took his eyes off of him. He's able to cut behind, and a great cut by Bush as well. Dumps it off to him, and an easy two.
Upperman now has 3 players in double figures between Cobb, Johnson, and Maynard. That 3-headed monster continues to be really good. Here's Alexander. He's feeling it. Back-to-back threes. Crosses over. Gathers. Now off to the screen. Lines it up and hits. Miles Alexander, 3 for his last 3. Raining him home. And it's a 13-point game.
Just got to get a couple of stops.
Here's Cobb. Drives and kicks over to Bush. Bush brings it back towards the top of the key. Back left side for Torrance. Torrance to Bush. To Torrance. Now Johnson. Lara swipes from behind. Johnson gathers. Forces a pass. That one's intercepted. All the momentum with the visitors. Now Phillips weaving through traffic, swiped. He gathers again, trying to bring it up. Phillips picks up his dribble, skips it over right side. Hatfield, great shot fake. He'll drive, puts it up, and good. Does Bobby McWilliams want a timeout? Not yet, he says. Yes, he does. A quick cash pawn, timeout on the floor. He's looking at his team. What are you doing? Big run to open the frame for Cannon County. It's 61-50. We'll take a 30-second break and come back on the other side. It's getting interesting in Baxter.
Sonia Brown is a full-service realtor and is licensed across the state of Tennessee, listing and selling residential, multifamily, land and farms, commercial and industrial properties. Sonia handles the sale from start to closing and beyond. Let her put her 30-plus years of experience to work for you. Sonia Brown, realtor with American Way Real Estate, has been supporting student-athletes in the Upper Cumberland area since 1990. You can reach Sonia Brown at 931-979-7145.
61-50, the score here. Cannon County trailed by 20 at the beginning of this frame. 3 threes for Miles Alexander and a 2 for Levi Hatfield, and then it's 11-2 run to open the frame for the visitors. Bobby McWilliams was not happy not only with his team, but the officials. Colton Johnson got hit, no call. It led to a 2 on the other end, and Cannon County has life.
Yeah, it started with Colton Johnson, and sometimes you can be too strong. He still held on to the basketball. He got crushed on the arm. They let it go, ends up losing the basketball, leads to a bucket on the other end, and Cannon County crawled back into this, still down 11, so Upperman's still up by double figures, but Cannon County's got a ton of momentum right now.
Bobby McWilliams is hot. He is not happy on that sideline.
I think that goes for both coaches tonight at times.
Yep, no doubt. He's not looking at the officials, though. He's just looking at other people and talking about it, which is the old veteran move as Torrance gives back to Bush. Now left side Maynard. Torrance in the corner. Now into Cobb. Cobb goes up. Ty Cobb is fouled. And Ty Cobb will go to the line. He needs 1 to become the leading scorer in Upperman High School history. Ty Cobb to the line to shoot 2. And the first one is good. Ty Cobb becomes the all-time leading scorer in Upperman High School history. He passes the record set by Tim Haggard, 2,247 points for Ty Cobb. Another record for Agent Zero in his junior year. Already one of the best to ever do it in the Upper Cumberland, and Tim Haggard is here to present him with the ball, all class from a player who was awesome in his time, Tim Haggard. Ty Cobb, the leading scorer in Upperman High School history.
That's pretty cool right there. You've got the original record keeper able to hand it off to Ty, and it works out that he's able to get to 29 points in this game as well. We didn't know at the start of the game he was a little bit slow, but ever since then he's been able to get there, and I mean, what a career he has already had. Again, he's just a junior. It's still the regular season we're talking about. He's still got 9 more games possibly to go in the postseason and can just continue to add on before even getting to the senior season.
And that is all class by Tim to come here. He was a great
cool
scorer. Yeah. Talking to some people, his ability to hang in the air for a while, contort and finish among the best.
Sounds pretty familiar.
There's only 2 members of the 2,000-point club here at Upperman High School. One is Tim, and now Ty Cobb is there. He's the all-time leading scorer. And by the way, ho-hum, he's got 30 tonight. 63-50, Upperman's lead is 13. The foul, by the way, was called on Hatfield. But more history tonight for Cobb. And He's continuing to tick him off. The pace he's on, that may not be the last record that he sets. It's one of the last ones he can set at this school.
Right.
But not in this state. As Lara lines up the three, popped out, no putback, no Johnson right there for the rebound. Upperman trying to put this one away. Cannon County with a comeback attempt. Bush sends it over to Torrance. He'll line up the tray and hits JT with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3.
That's a big shot right there. Obviously, you get the 2 free throws from Cobb. You're able to come back down and get a stop and then get another bucket and back up by 16.
And sometimes that history can start to feel a little bit. The run began when he was 1 point away, as there's nice passing, and the 2 is good for Levi Hatfield, who now has 4 in the quarter. 14-point lead for the Bees. Maynard sends it over left side. Back to Torrance. Hatfield and Cobb are battling on the low block. Bush, open tray. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound. Walkup has it. And he's able to toss it across. Now, sensing an opportunity, here comes Phillips. Dumps it over to Alexander. That's not what you want. He reigns it home. 4 threes in the quarter for Miles Alexander, and it's an 11-point game, middle of the fourth.
They're not going away.
They couldn't have the answers on Friday. They've had some more answers tonight. The question is, can they make something happen as Torrance gives back to Cobb? Johnson over to Torrance. Maynard skips it into Johnson. Colton Johnson, way too strong, blocked away by Walkup. Let him hear about it on his way back. Here comes Alexander trying to cut it to single digits. Dumps it in. Hatfield wide open, good for 2. Here come the Lions. They're within 9 here on the road.
That's pretty impressive. A 3-possession game. He got it down to 11, went back up to 16, and now back down to 9. Really impressive run here by Cannon County.
Torrance has it, and now it's time to put on the cape from a mile away. That one's no good. A rebound down, 1 and done. Now ahead. Bobby McWilliams wanted that clock to run down more. It's a chance for Cannon County. Alexander down 9. Walkup trying to screen him. Torrance pushes through. Walkup goes down and gets the call. My question is, how does Jack Torrance force Zeke Walkup to the ground like that?
I was just going to ask that same question. It's a big old body.
Listen, I'm no scientist.
Getting dropped by not a very big guy.
I'm no scientist, but that physics didn't seem to work that much. As now another foul as Lara tried to split through a trap. They'll get it on Collier Bush.
And that's not to say it wasn't a foul, but it was maybe exaggerated a little bit.
Slightly. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. It's 66-57. Alexander looking for another big bucket. Send it over left side. Back to him. Getting a little chippy down there on the floor. Now Lara. He'll send it back out. Alexander calls for a screen. Torrance fights right over it. Again. Now they'll skip it back to Lara. Into Walkup. Walkup into the corner. 3 ball on the way. Phillips. He hits. Shooting is contagious. Lucas Phillips from downtown, and the Cannon County faithful who made the trip have some belief. 66-60, big run for the visitors.
Now you're going to see Upperman slow it down, and rightfully so. You don't want to give Cannon County the ball with as hot as they've been.
Dangerous pass. Cobb has it, senses the opportunity. Drives, dumps to Maynard, and he's fouled. Joseph Maynard to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2 with 2:12 to go in the ball game. And they're going to have a discussion here. It was a pretty physical foul. They're going to talk about if this is an intentional or not.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I'm sure that's what the discussion is.
I mean, they're both help side defenders coming over, trying to go after the basketball.
The foul goes on Walkup. That's his third. I got no problem with the discussion. I would have had a problem with an intentional.
Yeah.
It'll be Joseph Maynard to the line for 2. Maynard on the season, a 70% free throw shooter, and he hits the front end.
That's a big one right there. It's a 3 possessions with 2:12 to play.
Cobb going to get a breather here as Lofton Crouch checks in. 2:12 to go in the ball game. And one thing this Upperman team has is experience. All of a sudden, this has turned into a fight. They played a lot of close games this year as Maynard hits the second.
They got to figure out a way to slow down this Cannon County offense right now.
2:10 to go in the ball game. 68-60 Upperman leads. Here comes Alexander. They work it over against Bush. Alexander crosses. He drives. Skies up over Crouch. Good and 1. Miles Alexander with the finish. Crouch into the landing area. Called for his second. And Miles Alexander, who has hit 4 threes and now a 2 in the quarter, can complete a 3-point play and cut it back to a 5-point game with 1:59 to go.
I mean, it's been a furious comeback here in the fourth quarter for Cannon County, just staying within it the whole time. They were down big. They were down 21 points in the second half. and have been able to crawl back into it and once again make it a 2-possession game, trying to make it 5.
There's a 20-point gap at the end of the third quarter. It is not anymore as Alexander hits. He has 15 in the quarter, 27 in the game, and a full timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here. 1:59 to go. I'll remind you, the South Willow Auto Clinic, your hometown auto doctors, family owned and operated for over 5 decades. The South Willow Auto Clinic service all makes and models. Stop in at 640 South Willow Avenue for your auto repair needs. It's a quick cash pawn timeout on the floor. We saw early Cannon County was the team with a little bit of spark. Upperman stamped it out. They had the run into the third quarter, led by 20. They got hot from long range. Miles Alexander reining them home. And now Upperman needs number 0 to go make something happen.
You go back to the end of the second quarter as well, where Cannon County was starting to make a little bit of run of their own. They cut it down to 8 points, and then you have the foul, the technical foul, 5 straight points for Cobb to extend it to 13. And that, at that point, kind of felt like the ball game was over just because it just deflated all the momentum that they had. And then Miles has come out here in this fourth quarter and the rest of this Cannon County team and just knocked down everything in this fourth quarter. Where they have 39 points at the end of 3, and now they're up to 63.
They had 5 threes made in this quarter alone. It's 15 for Alexander in the frame, 6 for Levi Hatfield, and Lucas Phillips hit that corner 3 as well. This is where Upperman, for all the balance, it pays off to have the best player in the gym. They need him to be the best player in the gym if they want to win this basketball game.
Big possession right here. Could be a ball game deciding possession with 1:59 to play.
Non-district game. It's gotten intense in a hurry. Cobb surveys as the trap steps to him. He'll dump it over to Bush. Still 2 fouls to give for this team. And now they'll beat the 10-second clock ahead to Maynard. Johnson, and they're going to hack him. But again, 2 fouls to give. They're going to want Colton Johnson to go to the line. He's the lowest percentage free throw shooter on the floor. They also got to figure out who's going to foul here because there are foul trouble everywhere. Lucas Phillips has 3. Hatfield has 3. Walkup has 3. Lara has 3. Really, they need Miles Alexander to foul. He has none so far. That is the 3rd foul against Cannon County. I think the ball may have gotten wet.
Wipe the ball off.
So they'll get a towel to that. 1:47 to go in the ball game. 68-63. A furious comeback by Cannon County here on the road.
Yeah, huge credit to the Lions. I mean, they were down 21 points here in the second half. Easily could have just chalked it up, said, all right, let's move on to the district tournament. And they're trying to mount a furious comeback against one of the best teams in the state.
Inbound goes to Cobb. They lost by 47 against this team on Friday. We told you it'd be different. It has been. Upperman talked about the struggles when you beat a team like that to then turn around and beat them again knowing the caliber. There's a turnover, maybe. Maynard gets it back. Joseph Maynard stays with it and steals it again. Now a foul. Alexander commits his first, and again, that's who they need to foul, meaning Alexander commits it. The next one will be free throws for the Bees. 1:31 to go in the ball game.
Man, how big is that play right there by Joseph Maynard, losing the basketball, but then able to wrestle it back and get possession again.
Inbound to Torrance. Now they'll give to Cobb, or Bush rather. Bush gives to Johnson. Now back out Cobb, and he's going to force him to foul. Lara does, and this is 2 free throws. The last person that Cannon County wanted to foul, but it'll be Ty Cobb going to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. It's also a big call because it's the 4th on Anderson Lara. Who fouls intentionally is very important with the foul trouble Cannon County has.
Well, Cannon County at least needs a miss.
They don't get it on the front end. As Cobb hits, he now has 31.
It's going to be super tough to come back from 3 possessions. 2 possessions, you're just fine.
They keep shooting the 3 ball. They can come back in a hurry.
That's true.
They've scored a ton in this 4th quarter. Cobb, though, calmly goes 2 for 2 at the stripe. Here's Alexander. He has been unbelievable here in the 4th quarter of this game. Walks up, Bush shadowing. Off a screen. Now they jump towards him. Johnson says, not so fast. Alexander off the dribble. Hesitates. Now pulls up. Off balance. Good and one again. Bush caught him up high. That is the 3rd on Bush. And for the 2nd time on a mid-range jumper, Miles Alexander goes back to the line trying to complete a 3-point play.
This kid's impressive. I mentioned it, just a sophomore, and he mentioned, too, he's already reached 1,000 points in his career. And he's able to create the separation, get the finish, get the foul again.
Free throw no good. That's a big deal. 1:03 to go in the ball game. It's 70-65. And I bet next time down the floor, Ty Cobb is going to be covering Alexander as he's fouled again. Lucas Phillips will come up to make the foul. That is the 4th on Phillips. Now 2 players on the floor have 4. And Ty Cobb back to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. That was a huge miss on the free throw on the other end because now Cobb's, if he makes 2, it's back to a 3-score game.
Yeah, absolutely. You really needed 3 points there for that reason.
First one for Cobb is good. He's now 5 for 5 at the stripe here in the quarter. He's perfect at the line tonight. Both teams are in the bonus. Next one for Cobb. On its way. Gets the roll. 2, clutch makes again for Mr. Basketball. 72-65. You're exactly right. And now the switch I talked about. Ty Cobb guarding Alexander. He'll cross him over. Alexander drives. Cobb in front. Defensive player of the year in the Upper Cumberland makes the switch. Into Walkup. Had position. Contorting shot. No. Rebound. Put back. And one again. Levi Hatfield with the bucket. It is the 3rd and 1 opportunity in the quarter for Cannon County. See who this foul is on. It's a big one. It's Colton Johnson's 5th.
I think it's 3 straight possessions they've been able to finish an and 1, but can they complete the free throw? Try to make this a 4-point game.
Maybe not. They're going to say it was not Johnson's 5th.
Yeah,
it's
got
his
4 up on the board.
So I misappropriated one earlier. My apologies. Big free throw, and again, they got to make this, though.
Yeah.
To give themselves a chance. Hatfield at the line. Everybody collapsing to try to block the shot. Hatfield went right place, right time, and then finished through the contact. But another missed free throw. Rebound tipped by Cobb. Maynard runs it down, gives it back to Cobb. Another foul. Gonna have to be careful as Gibbs commits his 2nd. Ty Cobb again will walk 80 feet or so to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. The missed free throws for Cannon County gives Cobb the opportunity to stretch it back to a 3-score game.
There may have been a little bit of nerves involved in that free throw. Can't say it would have been the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. Cobb back at the line for 2 more. He's got 34 points tonight. The Cannon County cheerleaders try to ice him. It did not work that time. First one is good. And this is where you look at that Upperman sideline and in the bleachers, Jacob, nobody's really concerned because they got Ty Cobb at the line and they feel like he's going to make it every time. And why do they feel that way? Because he did. 2 for 2 again, back to a 7-point lead for the Bees. 74-67. Time becoming a big factor. Alexander drives in, contorts, puts it up, and he's fouled. This will be 2 free throws for Miles Alexander with 29 seconds to go. And this one is going to go on Bush. So the 4th on Collier Bush.
It's actually not the worst thing in the world if you're Upperman. Take away their chance at a 3.
Another missed free throw. And missed free throws on one end, perfect free throws on the other. That is huge in a game that got very close very quickly. If you haven't already, hit that like button, comment along with us your thoughts on the game. Make sure you share, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, follow the main page. Timeout called here by Cannon County, a quick cash pawn timeout. And first of all, you got to credit Cannon County for this ferocious comeback. They did not blink, down 20 on the road against the top-ranked team in the state. But in the last minute, Upperman's made the winning plays. Getting to the line and finishing, Cannon County has not been able to do that yet.
That's the difference right there. Cannon County's been able to hit the shots, but haven't been able to hit the free throws. 3 misses here down the stretch. And like you said, Upperman, they haven't missed, and Ty Cobb hasn't missed. They've been able to get the ball in his hands. So credit to Upperman. Like you said, they've got the experience of playing in these late games. Of course, they just won a gold ball last year, playing in some really tight games down that stretch as well. So they've been able to lean on that experience, and a fairly new team this year that have been able to build some more experience and see if they're able to close this one out with 29 seconds to play.
Cobb is 8 of 8 at the line in the 4th quarter. Tonight, he is 17 of 17. He's got 36 points. He became the all-time leading scorer in this program's history a little bit earlier on in this quarter. Miles Alexander, his next one is up. He hits it. It's a 2-score game, but they're going to need a turnover at this point. Inbound to Bush, and it'll be Collier Bush going to the line. Alexander picks up his 2nd. This is the first free throws tonight for CB. He doesn't take many free throws. He's 13 of 17 on the season.
If you're Cannon County, that's exactly what you're saying. Oh, look at this.
They called the foul.
Worked.
Oh, I'll tell you how. They changed the call to away from the ball, and it's Ty Cobb who got fouled. So it's going to be Cobb to the line to shoot 2 at the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. So each official had a call. They got together and said the one against Cobb was first. Big. Cobb to the line. He makes the first.
I was going to say, if you're Cannon County, you'd love to see Collier Bush going there just because it's somebody other than Ty Cobb.
The officials are not saying that Cobb was fouled on the ball. That's what the fans were seeing. They're livid about it. It was somewhere away from it.
Happened before.
As Cobb goes 2 for 2 again. and it's an 8-point game, and this one running out of time as Alexander hands off. 3 ball on the way. That one's no good. Johnson has the rebound, gives it to Cobb. No foul yet. Cobb with it. He's going to weave through traffic. Cobb has it on a string. Get your cameras ready! Exclamation point! Mr. Basketball! And now a steal for Bush and a foul. Give him the award again. The silencer, the assassin, Agent Zero said, let's go home and let's go to the district tournament.
That's one way to put away a basketball game.
Goodness gracious. Ty Cobb. That's ridiculous.
I was going to say before that point, too, that even if Collier Bush, which he's at the line now, if he would have gone before, he's a pretty good shooter.
Correct. 13 of 17 on the season. Just doesn't shoot many, and this is a wise move by Bobby McWilliams.
Yeah.
He's taking all his guys off the floor. Yeah. And it's the 5th foul out has occurred for Cannon County. We told you, it's been getting chippy down there. There's been a lot of trash talk in this 4th quarter. And I think Ty Cobb said, wait for it. All right, we're done here. Jammed it home. And by the way, that was his 40th point of the night. Collier Bush to shoot 2. That's an exclamation point.
I'd say.
Goodness gracious. Free throw, no good for Bush. First miss of the quarter for the Bees at the line. That is a wise decision by this coaching staff to get their guys off the floor after that.
Well, and Cannon County fans are upset about it. Why are you defending him?
Trying to trap him.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to try to get out of the trap.
They would have backed off. We've called their games all
100%.
year. If they back off, he was going to stand there.
100%.
They tried to trap him, and he said, okay, well, let's go. Bush hits the second, and that'll be it for Collier Bush tonight.
If you're going to bring the pressure, he's going to beat it.
Correct. Wow. 6 seconds to go. Alexander will let it roll down 11. Credit the Lions. It was an unbelievable 4th quarter effort. Alexander drives, and the foul was made. Walkup tried for the jam, didn't get it to go. 2.1, 2 free throws for Miles Alexander. Listen, it's not about what happens in the original. It's how you bounce back. He bounced back in a major way in this game. He has 30, can make it 32 if he goes clean at the line here. First one is good for Alexander. It's a good Cannon County team. They have a much better account for themselves, a healthier performance tonight. They're going to be a factor in 2A, no doubt about it. And that will do it tonight. Upperman gets it done and rounds out the regular season in style. Final score, Upperman 79, Cannon County 70. We welcome you into the Thompson Machinery and Cat Rental Store postgame show. They got a scare tonight, but the Bees going to the postseason on a 6-game win streak.
Hey, for both sides, I think you're feeling pretty good about this basketball game. For Upperman, it's a game that it was going to be tough no matter what. After winning by 47 points, how does your team respond? Because you're not going to do that again. It's just not going to happen, especially against a team like Cannon County and the caliber that they are. And then you talk about Cannon County, down by 21 points in the second half. You're able to respond. You get within 5 points a couple of times there late in the 4th quarter, just unable to knock down enough free throws to really get it a little bit closer, and Upperman's able to do what they do, knock down free throws and pull away late. Tremendous win for Upperman. Great comeback by Cannon County, and 2 teams that probably feel like they're feeling pretty good about themselves going into their respective district tournaments.
Scoring for the game is as follows. Ty Cobb becomes the all-time leading scorer in Upperman history. 40 points tonight. He went 17 of 17 at the free throw line, and he threw an exclamation point on the end with a ferocious tomahawk. 13 points for Joseph Maynard. He was really good. 10 for Colton Johnson tonight. No doubt another double-double for Colton. 9 for Jack Torrance. 3 apiece for Lofton Crouch in Collier Bush. And 1 for Finn Sisson for a team total of 79. Upperman improves to 24-5 on the season with the win. They'll be in action on Saturday against the winner of Livingston and White County. Cannon County on the season falls to 20-8. They'll be in action in the 6-2A tournament later on this week. Jacob, it's time for the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. Think real long and hard about this one. Who are you going with tonight?
It's real easy to do Upperman boys basketball games, especially being off for 6 weeks. You come back and Ty Cobb puts up 40 points. The exclamation point at the end with 2-hand jam. He's your Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game. And a huge congratulations to him as well, becoming the all-time leading scorer here at Upperman, an illustrious program for boys basketball, and able to accomplish that feat and then able to close the ball game out as well.
A big week for Ty Cobb. He's named a Mr. Basketball finalist for the second straight year. Today, he becomes back-to-back Upper Cumberland Player of the Year. And tonight, he becomes the all-time leading scorer in Upperman High School history. And the Bees got the victory. That'll do it for us. Don't forget, feature coverage coming to UpperCumberlandReporter.com. Goose was here tonight. Also, tomorrow night, postseason begins. My microphone is cutting out in my ears, but that's okay.
You're good.
The postseason begins. Jacob will be on the call in McMinnville. 7 o'clock tip-off as the Cookeville boys take on the Warren County boys in not your average 4-5 play-in game. That'll be on the main page at NFHS Network. Then on Wednesday, it's the UCR Basketball Show presented by Fire and Vine. More traditional. We'll go through the postseason tournament brackets and give our thoughts on some really interesting games and potential games coming up in the next week. That'll do it for us tonight. It was the Lady Bees rolling earlier on this evening, 77-37. The Bees survive a comeback attempt in our nightcap to knock off the Lions, 79-70. Jacob, welcome back, my friend. I'm Noah McKay for Jacob Vincent to my left. Goose on the sidelines and everybody at UCR. We say so long from Baxter.